Championship weekend rolls on in Hot Springs as we're back inside Majestic Park. Alongside J.B. Brazil, I'm Bobby Swafford. The 4A state championship game on the line today is the Brookland Bearcats taking on Pulaski Academy. And this is the only state tournament on the boys' side that saw all four number one seeds get to the semifinals. So that means these two teams earn their way to play for a title today.
Yeah, no doubt about that. These are some legit offensive teams, some legit defensive teams. To be a one seed to make it this far means you're good. To do it on this stage, even better. We got some really good arms and some really good bats.
Brookland played in a marathon championship a season ago, lost in 14 innings, looking for a little payback, even though it's a different team on the other side of the things. How do you erase that bad taste?
Yeah, I think first off, it's a new season. You've had a long time to look at that, but you're hoping to play loose, especially against a guy like Ace DeWeese, the Crowder commit and signee. That's a really good college, a really good JUCO school. DeWeese is good. He's going to have good stuff. We're going to see him today at some point. The lefty's got legit velo.
What are some keys for Pulaski Academy today?
I think you're going to have to play defensively sound and then situational baseball. You're going to have to execute. You can't give Brookland anything to work off of. A team that's made it here before, you're going to have to play sound and really don't give Brookland any extra opportunities. Their offense is really good.
Both these teams come in with at least a 9-game winning streak, and a big reason why the Bearcats have been successful, Cooper Bodie.
Yeah, he was our player to watch last year. Hit a little bit below 400 or below 500 in the 400 range. Look at it now. 549 average. Are you kidding me? 4 home runs, 41 RBIs. He can range in the outfield, center field. You're not going to get many into the gaps because he's out there. If Brookland wins, he's likely going to have a large part in it.
Brookland has won 9 in a row. Pulaski Academy hasn't lost in their last 13 contests. One of those streaks is going to end today. The other one is going to end with a state championship.
No doubt. For Brookland, if that's going to happen, though, they're going to have to get ahead early and stay aggressive. Offense is going to be what they lean on, and then the command pitching. They're going to have good stuff against Pulaski Academy. Runs may be hard to come by. Going to have to attack.
First pitch coming up here from Majestic Park in Hot Springs. The weather wasn't great this morning. It's a little humid, but it's a perfect day for baseball as Mother Nature is going to cooperate. We asked her. She said she would. First pitch from Majestic Park coming your way.
This broadcast is underwritten in part by...
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TD Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas. UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas TD Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uamshealth.com.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. Providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
The 4A baseball championship game coming up. And this is how Pulaski Academy lines up. It's going to be Sabota, Edwards, and Jackson with the starting lineup. And if anybody could reach, it would be Conine. And this is how Brookland is going to align defensively. And, of course, in any championship game, it's all going to start with what happens on the mound. Griffin Silverthorne gets the call for Brookland.
Yeah, Griff was a freshman last year, DH. Asher Griffin got the start last year. He's a senior, graduated. How about a sophomore coming into the biggest game of the season? That's a lot of trust in your right-hander, Coach Baker. But Silverthorne's the guy. A name like that, you got to be good, right, Bobby?
Have to be. So Sabota, Edwards, and Jackson going to lead things off for Pulaski Academy, and we are ready for first pitch in this 4A state championship game. Again, he's JB Brazil. I'm Bobby Swafford. Thank you for tuning in to Arkansas TV as the weekend of champions rolls on. First pitch, swing and sit to the shortstop. One pitch, and an error. The throw brings the first baseman off of the bag, and what looked like was going to be a quick out for Pulaski Academy turns into the game's first base runner.
It was hit sharply. Sabota doing a nice job attacking, but Bale's throw wide of first. A nice effort to try to get the tag was Eli Foster, but Sabota's speed and putting the ball in play, good things happen when you do that.
Looked like a routine ground ball, but nerves are always a factor, especially early in a championship game. And Bale's throw pulls the first baseman Foster off the bag, and PA's got a base runner.
Coach Baker talked about his team playing loose. He knows that they're loose, especially compared to last year, but sometimes you make them be a little too loose. It doesn't matter how loose you are either. And when you play that first pitch of the game, sometimes you're still a little bit tighter just because of the nerves. I know I was.
Yeah, quick check on the runner at first. That's Sabota. 474 on base percentage for the season for the runner on first base, and that brings up Luke Edwards. 533 on base percentage, 361 batting average on the year.
It's a really good average, but tough to hit a guy in Silverthorne with a high looping curveball that just drops to the bottom part of the zone.
1-1's the count. Left-handed hitting Edwards. Takes another breaking ball in the zone.
Just establishing things early. I like that from Silverthorne, bouncing back after giving up the loud contact to the first batter. Sometimes with errors, you can get rattled as a pitcher. It's key to keep your composure.
You're a little surprised that Silverthorne gets the nod here as this one's popped up on the infield, ranging over the third baseman into foul territory, and making the play is Stallings.
Stallings, a guy that played last year, been in these types of moments. He actually came in to pitch in that championship game. But to your question, though, with Silverthorne, maybe a little just because of the youth. But, man, I've been so impressed with a lot of the young guys we've seen, especially Harmony Grove yesterday. These young guys have shown out to perform, and Silverthorne's that guy. He's built his coach's trust.
When you look at the season stats for Griff Silverthorne, only 19 innings pitched. He's 2-1 on the year, but a 0.74 ERA, and opposing hitters hitting only a $134 against him. So you see that the stuff is good. It's just obviously the amount of experience this year on the mound doesn't quite stack up with some of his teammates.
Well, it's one of those deals where you're going to see Silverthorne go, and then obviously a quicker, shorter leash for everybody. You know, you're going to have options. Full bullpen is available in a game like this.
Yeah, pitch counts don't matter, of course, as they haven't played since last Saturday. So the clock resets. Sharp ground ball past the third baseman. That's going to be a base hit. Pulaski Academy's got something stirring here in the first.
Well, Major Jackson with a major base hit to left field. A nice pull side swing, rips it through the 6-hole. Loud contact. That's two hitters in this inning. The leadoff hitter, Sabota, the UCA signee, and then now for Major Jackson, a two aboard.
Coach Denny Tipton calls time. We get a runner out at second base. So Sabota taking off for a courtesy runner. Pulaski Academy goes to Bailey Lowe, the sophomore outfielder. He's going to be the runner with one oven mitt and one baby blue glove at second base.
It's a pretty good combo there, Bobby. Not like the double oven mitt we saw yesterday.
That's right. It takes a different kind of guy to wear a double oven mitt. I believe he scored the only run in the contest yesterday, so it works. So here's Max Conine. Another slow breaking ball catches the bottom of the zone.
I asked Coach Tipton about Max. I said, is any relation to Jeff Conine? He said, I have no clue, but he plays like him.
352 average, certainly plays like the former big league star. Remember him from his days in the Marlins.
That's right.
The 0-1 offering. Griff taking his time. Fastball fouled away. Deliberate delivery, if you will, for the right-hander.
It's tough to pick up for that very reason. Both of these offenses, they know they can put up runs in bunches. It's going to be one of those games likely. You just want to limit the damage early in the game if you can.
Runners on first and second for PA. Breaking ball, slapped through the hole again on the left side. They're going to send the runner from second. The throw in from the outfield going to be cut off. The relay not in time, and PA jumps out in front.
3 singles in the top of the first. How about it for Max Conine? An RBI single to left. The throw in was good. The cut might have slowed things down. They may not have gotten him anyway, but the throw was late. RBI single, and how about the start for PA?
Pulaski Academy's offense can put pressure on you in a plethora of ways. How about a team average of 356 on the year? And so they've got damage creators, including what's in the box. Deweese, another base hit to the left side. Are they going to send the runner? Nope. Stop sign's going to be held up by Coach Tipton in the third base box, but the bases are full of Bruins.
Boy, and they certainly have things brewing too. My goodness, bases loaded, 1 out. And they're finding barrels right now. PA is hitting well. They came ready to play, aggressive, and it's paid off.
Looks like some action's already starting to stir. At least some bodies are starting to move in the Brookland bullpen. We'll see how long they will let starting pitcher Griff Silverthorne, the sophomore, go as Pulaski Academy's offense has come out swinging. Breaking ball catches his own. Silverthorne gets ahead in the count. Rome Foster now steps in for PA. 407 average. Did I mention things don't get any easier?
Silverthorne's going to have to be careful. He's leaving that curveball up, and it's hanging a little bit. That's where you've seen the PA hitters jump on him, hitting him solidly to that left side, opposite field and pull side.
Catching too much of the plate, and you do that against a good team on a regular basis, they'll make you pay. So Pulaski Academy's already scratched 1 across here in the first inning and looking for a whole lot more. This one lifted high, deep right center field. That's going to get all the way down to the gap. 1 hopper to the wall, 1 runs in, a second's coming right behind him. They'll throw the stop sign at third. How about a 2-run double? And Pulaski Academy has put a 3 spot already here in the first.
Man, oh man, Rome Foster, are you kidding me? Deep right center field. Cooper Bodie, one of the best outfielders in the state. No chance for either to get to it. A big swing, and PA's not done yet.
That's going to cause a mound visit for Brookland to try to calm things down, but Pulaski Academy looking for their first baseball championship since 2013, and the offense has shown up quickly.
Man, oh man. Coach Denny Tipton in his first year at Pulaski Academy. Now, he's no stranger of the title game. He's won a handful in his year. 7th time here, he told me, but 1-4 at Sylvan Hills. His first year here. He's been 3 years off coaching, and he's taken it back to the big downs. That's a pretty impressive feat there by Coach Tipton.
4 state championships in his time as the head coach at Sylvan Hills. Won 500 games in his time there. One of the great baseball coaches in Arkansas high school history. And looking to add to it here today. PA's won 5 titles all time. It came between 1993 and 2013. This is their 8th finals appearance. 93, 94. Then they go back-to-back again in 2002, 2003. And the last time they won it was in 2013. Brookland, still a lot of work to do to get out of this jam. Silverthorne starts this at-bat with a strike. And Reed Williams looking to add to this already impressive first inning for PA.
Yeah, a heavy group of seniors, too. 7, as a matter of fact, out of the 9 starters. A sophomore bats lead off, a junior bats 2-hole, and then 3 through 9 is all seniors.
Williams hits .312 on the year. 28 RBIs for Reed. Seven players on this PA roster with 20 or more runs batted in on the season. This one chopped foul, and Coach Tipton boots it.
Uh-oh.
EC. E on the coach.
Yeah, good things those don't come back to bite you, right?
He's fielded a lot of ground balls in that third base box, I'm guessing.
No doubt. Well, he also played at McClellan Community College, also at Henderson State, did Coach Tipton.
Swing and a miss, Silverthorne. A big strikeout there. And now PA is going to turn to Chase Kimball. .319 average on the year, 24 RBIs.
That mound visit seemed to help. That curveball had a lot more snap to it, a lot more break. Didn't leave it over the heart of the plate. Good stuff from Silverthorne. Good to see him respond, but you're not out of the woods yet.
First pitch swinging, fouled back into the netting. Gorgeous park here in Hot Springs. You've not had a chance to make your way out for baseball and softball championships. Plenty of games left this weekend. So that fastball misses outside.
Didn't miss by much. Good location, but a better take from Chase Kimball. I think I misspoke, too. They had the pinch runner at the top of the lineup, low. So Sabota, there's 8 of the 9 starters are seniors.
Got a check now down. We got a glove malfunction. Brookland catcher Rogan Tyler tosses his mitt towards the coaching staff, and he's got to get some replacement leather. He's got a new mitt, ready to go. About to pop the string.
Yeah, you know, it's never fun when you have to use a different glove than you're used to. You can play it and you can make it work, but it's just a little bit uncomfortable. Hopefully that it doesn't come in a negative way for Brookland in the game.
Pulaski Academy has already pushed 3 across here in the first, looking to add to it. That pitch well high out of the zone from Silverthorne.
Just up and in, got away. Catcher had a little bit of problems with it, able to keep it, but it just kind of awkwardly fell out of the glove. He'll get used to it as the game wears on. He's a good catcher.
Kimball fouls one off right side. They'll reset and do it again.
Rogan Tyler, such an underrated catcher, but boy, is he a good one behind the dish. Really commanding things last year, the state title game. Came up short, but boy.
This one touched to left, but that's going to be right at the left fielder for Brookland. Underneath it, makes the play. The rain starting to fall. The Pulaski Academy strikes first. 3 runs in the first, and the Bruins have a lead, but the Bearcats are coming up.
Hi, I'm Carlton Wing, Executive Director and CEO of Arkansas TV. For nearly 60 years, Arkansas's only statewide public television network has been part of your home, informing, inspiring, and strengthening communities across our state. That commitment hasn't changed. What continues to guide us is a simple promise: to tell Arkansas stories with care and integrity. We are renewing our focus on local storytelling, highlighting the people, places, culture, and history that make Arkansas special. But we can only fulfill this mission with your partnership. If you already support Arkansas TV, thank you. If you are able, we hope you'll consider making a gift today. Your contribution is an investment in education, in local storytelling, and in everything that makes public television an essential resource for Arkansans. We're committed to serving Arkansas today and for generations to come. Thank you for being part of the Arkansas TV family.
We knew it was going to take some offense today, and Brookland's got to strike back as PA jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Cooper Bodie going to lead things off. Eli Foster and Rogan Tyler due up to start things for Brookland. This is what they're going to face defensively for Pulaski Academy. Across the outfield, Jackson, Greathouse, and Deweese, Edwards, Foster, Jackson, and Conine across the infield, and William Sabota on the mound with his battery mate Reed Williams. Going to have to battle Mother Nature as well as the Bearcats' bats, at least for a few minutes. A shower has started here in Hot Springs. Of course, the first game of the day, it's 4A softball, was delayed by just 10 minutes, but it rained heavily all night last night and into the morning. And this is just a problem with playing baseball in the spring. Weather is always a problem for outdoor championships.
And it's a problem for pitchers when it rains like this. Command can be an issue, and when that ball's slippery, it's a game of just small margins. If you lose that grip just a little, it's going to be tough to find the zone.
Sabota gets into the zone there, evens the count at 1-1.
Well, we knew coming in it was either going to be Sabota or Deweese getting the start. It's Sabota, the righty, looking to jump out early.
66 innings of work this year for Sabota. This is making his 12th start on the mound for the Bruins. Hitters are hitting a robust 153 against the right-hander. That one misses. 9-1 on the season. Here's the right-hander, giving up just 12 earned runs in those 66 innings. This one lifted left field. Tracking backs to left fielder, turns and looks, and it is gone. How about Oppo Taco in the bottom of the first?
Wow! Cooper Bodie, are you kidding me? Deep left field, opposite field as a matter of fact, into the creek, and it's 3-1.
If you need a spark, how about a solo bomb to start your offense up after giving up 3 in the first? And I think Coach Denny Tipton's going to come out and say, hey, guys, we're going to continue to play this game as it is starting to rain heavily here in Hot Springs.
No doubt. No sign of lightning at all. And Coach Tipton's got an argument, but man, oh man, that was touched by Cooper Bodie.
347 the distance on the home run there. You see the rain, and Coach Tipton saying, hey, let's pause this. Of course, the umpires have all the decision-making power when it comes to the conditions. But if you can see the amount of water pulling off of the covering for the home stands, and I believe the umpires are going to get together. We may be pushing pause on this 4A championship game. The Brookland bench, they're not having it, though. They're having a good old time.
They sure are. Hey, it's raining. You get to play out in the rain. Are you kidding me? That's all kinds of fun.
Where's the insert the Dave Van Horn gif here? It's only rain.
That's right.
So we have started with the 4A championship. PA struck first, 3 runs in the top of the first, but one swing of the bat from Cooper Bodie, who we told you to watch early in this contest, and you watched it fly on the left center field gap. First home run we've had in 3 baseball championship games. Well, I guess 2 games in an inning, you say that.
Right.
Now we're going to get a discussion with the coaches and the umpires, and looks like the team's going to head to the dugouts. So we are officially in a weather delay here in the 4A championship game. Call it 1:22, the start of the delay. So we'll step aside and see if we can get a verdict, check the radar. Of course, we'll play this one until we can't. "15 minutes was enough for the weather to get out of the way, and we are set to continue this 4A state championship game as Brookland trails Pulaski Academy 3-1. And it's just the first inning, but there have plenty of fireworks so far, JP.
Yeah, no doubt. Even with the rain, fireworks. Cooper Bodie, big fly to left, our first home run in any of the baseball state championships this weekend. Softball's had a few.
Softball has had a few. So William Sabota gave up the home run in the delay. What's that do to a pitcher, you think?
Well, not a great, but he's resilient. He's going to play for Coach Harlan at UCA. He's got good stuff. He's got the mental piece, too. That's what you love to see from a guy. You're going to have to shake it, man. You got a good long time to think about it, flush it, come on and attack.
Not only does he have to flush the home run, but also having to warm up a second time as that one skips into his catcher's mitt. You never know how a pitcher is going to react. More importantly, you never know how a body is going to react. They're having to sit down for a few minutes and then come back. At least it was only 15 minutes. Sometimes you'll see a batting attempt take that long. So a half inning, if you will. So not terribly long as this one's chopped to the second baseman and ranging over the little flip. And the out is recorded as Jackson flips to Conine.
It's a nice job bounce back for Sabota to get the out after falling behind 3-1. And it's tough, man. You get amped up to start the game when you come into pitch, then you got to stop after the home run delay. Nice bounce back from Sabota.
Now the catcher, Rogan Tyler, the junior from Brookland. .441 batting average, on-base percentage of almost 600. Whew. First pitch, tries to check a swing, but he can't as the sun starts to peek out here at Majestic Park. It goes from pouring down rain to the sun coming out.
And still out in the distance, a little bit of overshadow.
Some darkness.
Yep.
That one just misses. And Tyler's committed to Walters State. 42 runs batted in this year for the Bearcats. As that heater misses away.
Coach Josh Baker played his time at Williams Baptist College, but he's been a great coach, was a part of that state championship team, or the team that made it to the state title at Marion under Coach Pete Prater. Now his second straight trip with Brookland.
Swing and a miss. No shortening up there. That one goes by Tyler.
It's a good pitch from Sabota, off speed. He's got him twice with the curveball. Got to keep that in the back pocket, but Sabota's got plus stuff with his fastball too. Keep that in mind.
The 2-2 offering. That breaking ball stays high and out of the zone. Fills up the count.
It's a nice job from Tyler to take there. Great catcher. Coach Baker's talked about him committing. He's obviously maybe a little biased, but he thinks Tyler and Bodie may be two of the most underrated players in the state.
That one chopped. And we'll reset and do the full count pitch again.
He said for sure about Cooper Bodie, not going to be surprised at all if he ends up at a D1 school. Bodie, the top of the lineup, obviously it's that home run to left field. Played at South Ark. Good chance he's going to be playing his way at some D1 school.
When you've got opposite field power like that, teams will take a risk. That one fisted right back up the middle. But there is Jackson, makes the throw. The second baseman's recorded both outs.
How about that from Jackson? Really nice job getting those outs. Raheem Jackson, no problem for the second baseman. Smooth as butter. Just a sophomore, too. How about that? Behind the bag, that is a really fluid play. And the way he did that, that's how you'd roll a double play if there was one, a 4-3. Perfectly executed either way. Jackson's the real deal.
So two are retired now here in the bottom of the first. Cooper Stallings is going to try to keep the inning alive. 344 batting average on the year. First pitch misses away. 2 homers, 26 RBIs, scored 38 runs as the Bearcats' third baseman.
He was also the dude in the state championship game last year. Came in relief of Asher Griffin, and he was nails.
That one misses a well outside from Sabota.
And regardless of how this inning plays out for Brookland, that leadoff home run was huge. You know you got the offense to keep you in the game, but after PA punches in your mouth, you got to come back with something, and Bodie with a big shot in the arm.
There are Bearcats and Bruins and apparently a dog on the concourse. The sign on the gate said no pets, but not everybody pays attention to that.
Well, some would argue that dogs are humans too, right?
That's right. That one up and in and catches the hitter Tyler, so he's going to take first. Yesterday we saw a baby raccoon in the park, so I guess dogs are normal. Not making that up. We did see a baby raccoon being fed with a bottle.
No way.
Yeah.
I told my wife not to bring it in.
Now Gabe Carter gets a chance after the hit by pitch. So this first inning has seen a little bit of everything. First home run of the weekend, 3 runs scored in the top of the first.
Yeah.
That one gets away, and they're going to say that got up and in and hit Carter. So back-to-bat hit by pitch as a pair of base runners on for Brookland.
Man, they never quit either. Stallings, then Carter. Give you a chance now with Caden Rodriguez at the dish. And, you know, there's 2 schools of thought here. You know, Bodie gives a huge shot in the arm, but that long rain delay might have stymied that rally a little bit. They're trying to restart something here.
Coach Denny Tipton's out to try to settle his pitcher down after those back-to-back hit batters. So this has certainly been an up-and-down start for the Bruins starting pitcher.
Well, for Coach Denny Tipton, 2026 recipient of Henderson State's Clyde Berry Award, which is given annually to Ready Baseball alumni who have excelled in coaching, and I would say that that is well-deserved.
No question. We went over his resume earlier. 4 state titles in his time at Sylvan Hills, 500-plus wins in his career. So runners in first and second now for Caden Rodriguez, the sophomore.
He comes from a family of greatness. His mom, the volleyball coach, the great volleyball coach Nancy Rodriguez at Brookland, won a handful of titles in her time.
His older sister, a member of a handful of those titles as well. Saw her walking around the park earlier today. That one misses away, going to get to the backstop. So both runners going to advance 90 feet, and just like that, without the benefit of a base hit, Brookland has 2 in scoring position.
Well, and that's the stuff where a good team like Brookland can make you pay. You give them gifts like that, a base hit to the outfield ties things up more than likely. And all this with, 2 outs. After the rain delay, Sabota gets the 2-hole and 3-hole hitters, no problem. But then 2 hit by pitches and then a wild pitch and you blink. And, man, Brookland's 1 swing away from tying things up.
Rodriguez, 24 RBIs on the season. A base hit likely adds 2 to that total. Brookland crowd starting to get into it. The offerings from Sabota. That one misses outside again. So back-to-back hit by pitch, and now the count has run in the favor of Rodriguez.
Yeah, hitter's count here. Sabota has got good stuff, but you got to be careful. You just can't leave anything over just because you're trying to locate. You give something to handle to a hitter like Rodriguez, he'll make you pay.
First base is open, so if Sabota chooses to do so, he can nibble. That one, though, pumps it across the zone, and Rodriguez chops it into the on-deck circle.
Yeah, something you see there. That's a good pitch from Sabota. Took a little bit off his fastball to try to locate, and Rodriguez was on it. He was actually out in front of it, so you could tell Rodriguez is hunting fastball.
Still ahead in the count is Rodriguez, 2-1. That one fouled straight back. And the sophomore had timed up the fastball.
It's a good location from Sabota because even if that ball is handled, Rodriguez probably a pop to right. May travel, but Sabota, good pitch, and it evens the count. Rodriguez, you're right, going to have to really attack at the dish.
2 on, 2 out. 2-2 count to Rodriguez. Chases one well out of the zone, and a big strikeouts for Sabota to end the inning. Brookland gets 1 via the solo home run, but they leave 2 in scoring position. We've played 1. Buckle up. Plenty of offense going to be had in this 4A championship game.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
Join the ranks of corporate sponsors and business partners at Arkansas TV. Your support will shine a light on your business with recognition on air and at major community events. Plus, our viewers love the businesses that underwrite their favorite programs. Showcase your company while making a meaningful impact on lifelong learning. Partner with Arkansas TV to build a brighter future for our state.
Brookland has already gone to the bullpen as Elijah Snurley comes in. 30 innings pitched, which is the most on the team. We knew it would be a short hook for the sophomore Griff Silverthorne, but after the tough first inning and then the weather delay, Brookland go ahead and make the switch to Snurley. He's got 1 save, 3.5 ERA, 36 strikeouts in those 30 innings of work, and opposing hitters hitting .258.
Yeah, lower batting average, that's what you like to see, but it's also a different look having a lefty. And again, we've talked about it. All arms are going to be available for Brookland and for PA for that matter. This is the one that matters most. You're going to have shorter hooks, and that's what you saw with Silverthorne. Didn't pitch poorly, pitched to contact, just couldn't get the big outs. So too many hard contact from PA.
Yeah, Pulaski Academy wore out that 6-hole between the shortstop and the third baseman. The left fielder was active. PA sent 8 batters to the plates in the first inning, so it's going to be 9, 1, and 2 in the order. Mason Greathouse going to lead things off against Snurley.
Snurley, the senior, getting the call from the pen. Trying to shut things down for PA after they had a really good first inning, and it was all productive. I mean, it's not like Brookland was walking hitters and giving them free passes. Silverthorne did a good job of throwing strikes, but maybe threw it too good, and PA took advantage.
They were able to lay off the slow breaking ball and took advantage of the fastball when he left it in the zone. You're exactly right. So he's J.B. Brazil. I'm Bobby Swafford. Thanks for tuning in. If you've just joined us, well, you've missed a lot. 4 total runs and a 15-minute weather delay in the first inning. We've reached the second, so both games we've played today have had a weather malfunction. Softball contest started 10 minutes late today, had to play through some showers. Baseball was paused for just a few minutes, but hopefully that's out of the way now. First offering to Great House is high.
Interested to see what Snurley does here. Coming into a game, sometimes it just takes a little bit to settle in as a pitcher, but if you can do it and get in a groove, good things happen.
That one misses as well.
What a luxury to have a senior at the bottom of your lineup to try to flip things over.
That one's in the zone. Great House hitting .276 on the year. Lays off that one just off the edge of the plate. Now he's ahead in the count, 3-1.
What's a great take. For Great House, though, this is a guy who's seen a ton of at-bats. Even though he bats in the 9th spot, it tells you there's been production 1 through 9. He's a guy that you can lean on. 2 home runs.
He finds a way to get on base as by an indication of the 27 runs that he scored, and now he's on base with his 10th walk drawn on the year.
That's what the doctor ordered right there. I mean, you got a guy in the 9th spot that works the count almost like a second leadoff hitter, and then you flip it back over for the top.
So back to Svoboda, reached on an error to start the contest.
That was a costly error looking back now for Brookland, man.
Routine ground ball to short. The play couldn't be made at first, the throw at least. Allowed the inning to start for Pulaski Academy.
Now Svoboda a chance to help his case a little bit.
That one smoked right at the shortstop. And a catch is made. The throw back to first, not in time. As Great House able to scamper back. There's a quick play. Bang, bang at first, but they're going to say that Great House was able to get back off the line drive.
Boy, that's a tough play for Great House. First off, great job by Bales to corral that line drive double play attempt. But diving back in just before the throw got there was Great House, and he just nearly got doubled off.
The rain started to fall once again here in Hot Springs. Left on left matchup here as Luke Edwards takes a strike.
This lefty-lefty matchup, a lot of times that favors a pitcher, but Edwards is such a good hitter, you can't bank on that at all for Brookland.
Edwards is 0 for 1 today. We'll check on the runner, Great House. That one skipped over to the first baseman, though. A great job by Stallings to knock it down.
That's the last thing you want if you're Brookland. Just an errant pickoff throw, allow a runner in scoring position against a dangerous hitter.
Deliberate is this delivery, as that one's inside. Edwards evens up the count at 1-1.
Such a good hitter, the lefty. Out of the 9 starters, 8 are seniors. He's the only junior, only player that's not a senior in the lineup. Batting in the 2 spot.
Snurley taking his time, gets the signal. A lot of attention to be paid to the runner over at first, and misses high with that offering.
Yeah, sometimes that can pay dividends too if you're PA. Causing all kinds of problems is Great House over at first. Maybe in the back of Snurley's mind a little bit. Sometimes you focus on the runner too much, you miss the zone.
So now 2-1. Edwards is ahead in the count. That one smoked to right field. That's down for a base hit. Great House is going to stop at second, go station to station, but PA who scored 3 in the first, already has a pair of base runners here in the second.
That's just a really good piece of hitting for Edwards. He gets into a hitter's count, 2-1, waits on a fastball, gets it. Snurley left it over the heart of the plate and just bangs it to right field.
The next 4 hitters in the lineup for Pulaski Academy picked up a base hit in their first at bat. It starts with Major Jackson. So Edwards is at first, Greathouse at second. Those are your base runners for the Bruins. That breaking ball misses well out of the zone.
Major Jackson already signed to play at SAU, so a future mule rider. It's a good baseball program, the D2 ranks.
This one lifted high, out of play on the right side. He's hoping to play on this field a lot. GAC played their conference baseball tournament on this field just a few weeks ago.
That's right. There's a handful of guys that are part of state title teams. Preston Smith playing for SAU as the leadoff hitter.
Jackson takes the breaking ball for a strike.
It's going to be big here, really, for both teams. Brookland to limit the damage. You've got to get out of the inning. You're going to have to face the heart of the lineup. But if you're PA, a chance to punish, right? You got 2 on, drive a couple of runs in here, really extend some distance between yourselves and the Bearcats.
Snurley trying to settle in as he's on in relief. That one lifted high, shallow center field. Now it's taking a few steps back, making the play. They're going to send the runner, but he smartly throws on the brakes, does Greathouse, as Cooper Bodie gets the throw in. That's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, wise decision. We've seen it. Carter has a couple plays that thrown in. One was going to the plate that they cut off. That would have been a play. And the second time they held the runner. They hold on Bodie, too. That's wise. There's some good arms in the outfield for Brookland.
So Max Conine steps in. Chance to deliver a 2-out base hit. Greathouse takes a secondary lead. Dancing around the second base bag. That one way high and gets to the backstop. Allow both runners to advance 90 feet. And now PA with 2 in scoring position because of the wild pitch.
Boy, that's a gift if you're Brookland. The wild pitch almost works like a deep sacrifice. Get those runners up anyways, and PA would love a base hit now.
So base hit would have the possibility of scoring 2. Soccer fans out there, Mount St. Mary's just won a 6A girls championship. This one lifted high and out of play. Bentonville boys also won a 6A soccer title. Those are happening across town in Hot Springs Lakeside.
That's right.
The first 2 of 8 championships between today and tomorrow.
So we got glory everywhere.
That's
huh?
right. A lot of hardware handed out this weekend. 20 titles, in fact.
Man.
That one just misses from Snurley.
This isn't one of those deals, too, when you're facing a guy like Conine. I mean, you got DeWeese next, so you can pick your poison. But first base is open. You don't have to come in. However, you don't want to come into a hitter's count like this and Snurley and groove something and really pay for it.
2-1. The count to Conine. That one ripped back up the middle. That's going to score at least 1. Behind him comes Edwards. The throw not going to be in time. And how about a 2-out, 2-run base hit from Conine?
Man, talk about clutch. Are you kidding me? Max Conine. It was a 2-1 hitters count. Snurley grooves one, and he pays for it. Rips it back up the middle. A 2-run single. PA, good teams will make you pay with the extra bases. The wild pitch really hurting right now for Brookland.
So Conine, a pair of base hits, add 2 RBIs to his resume today. And Pulaski Academy has pushed their lead out to 5-1.
Also keep in mind the rain's coming back down again. It's been coming down, not near as much as it was earlier, but still very steady over the last handful of at-bats.
So Ace DeWeese, a chance to keep the inning going. Left-on-left matchup, and that one's down in the dirt.
DeWeese had an RBI, or excuse me, a single his first time up on the pull side. He's a good left-handed hitter. Crowder's getting a good one. Obviously, his arm is where you really see a lot of electricity.
Decent chance we'll see him on the mound later today as well. This one's chopped out, and that hits the base runner. That's a dead ball, going to be the final out of the inning. So oddly enough, a base hit to DeWeese, the final out of the inning, because that's how you score it in the old scorebook. But that's going to do it for the top of the second. Pulaski Academy pushes 2 more across, and the Bruins have a 5-1 lead.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports, all available on demand. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
Scan that QR code on your screen to contribute. Every dollar goes directly towards supporting these broadcasts, and every bit helps us continue to showcase these amazing athletes and their communities. Together, we can keep the spirit of Arkansas sports alive right here on Arkansas TV Sports. Visit arkansastv.gov/sports.
There have been a lot of offense already, as expected, between these two high-scoring teams. And Pulaski Academy, 3 in the first, 2 in the second. And that's why they've got a 5-1 lead. But Brookland has plenty of offense to answer back. We saw a solo home run in the first inning, but the Bearcats with some work to do as they step in for their second plate appearance.
Interested to see how Sabota responds. He gave up that solo bomb, but he looked really good, worked out of trouble to end that first inning.
Sabota comes in with the first pitch strike.
He's been leaning on his curveball a lot. That's his go-to pitch, and when it's working, it's so tough to hit.
That one misses. Evens the count at 1-1.
That's a really good take, by the way. Nice job from Silverthorne.
Silverthorne started the game on the mound for Brookland, lasted just an inning. I'm trying to get some of that back.
He's got a hitter's count. Been given a heavy dosage of off speed, though. Chance to dig in for a fastball if it's there.
Doesn't offer, but called strike either way.
Boy, that's such a good pitch. To be able to throw that 2-1 fastball down and out, but still nick the zone, that's big time for Sabota. That's why he's going to play at the D1 level.
That one misses, fills up the count.
But you're seeing Silverthorne, just a sophomore, his discipline at the plate's been also very impressive. It's just a fun little battle, even though there's not been a swing yet.
Every at-bat so important in a championship game. The 3-2. That one chopped. Second hop taken. Step across and makes the play. And the out is recorded. 1 down here in the second.
That's what you're going to see from Sabota, though. He's going to attack. Doesn't matter. He's likely not going to walk. He had those 2 hit-by pitches, but he's going to try to attack in any count. 3-2, he does attack, but Silverthorne rolls over the top.
So Sabota gets the first batter of the frame. Blake Lane steps in from the right side.
He took that first one just a little bit below the knees. Not a bad miss from Sabota.
That one just off the edge of the plate as well. So Scott Silva's calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. Jake Gann's umpire at first, and Justin Bounds is down the third base line.
You tell the body language of Sabota. He didn't like that last call. He wanted the strike on the outer edge.
That breaking ball in the zone. I had a chance to talk to the umpires yesterday about the differences in strike zones that players may see throughout the season. Of course, you always expect the same thing, but the state tournament, you're starting to get the better umpires throughout the season. As this one sitting down the line, that's a fair ball. That could be extra bases. Rounding first is Lane. Into second, beat the throw. How about a double down the line?
Man, great piece of hitting for Blake Lane. And how about the speed, too? Goes pull side double down the line. Tests the arm of Major Jackson. He's got a good arm, but what a job from Lane. Hustling down that line. He was thinking, too, right out the box. A great turn. The throw just a little bit late. That is bang, bang at second, but a nice piece of hitting from Lane.
That's what I was saying about the strike zone, though, that hitters or pitchers may see. It gets a little smaller when you get to the state tournament. Of course, you're starting to get better umpires, have graded out higher, and once you get to the state finals, you got to throw strikes. You got to be able to paint the black. Otherwise, you're not going to get that call.
It's going to be certainly much more of a hitter's zone, if you will. Pitchers are going to have to throw the strike.
Squaring to bunt is Bales. He pulls back and takes one out of the zone.
You're not going to, as a pitcher, get 3.5, 4.5 balls off the plate and still get a strike. I'm not saying that consistently happens, but you'll have umpires where that does. At this stage of the season, state championship, you're going to have to hit your spots.
Standing room only here at Majestic Park, mainly because fans are trying to get out of the weather. As this one's lifted out of play right over our vantage point.
It was with as heavy as it was pouring down earlier. I thought there may be some fans trying to make their way up into the booth just to get out of the rain. It was a lot of fans here, but they really cram-packed the grandstand.
We've got Peyton to our left. She'll make sure that everybody stays out of the booth.
No doubt. Keeping guard for us, huh?
That's right. We got to have protection. So runner out at second for Brookland. Squares to bunt. That one's laid down. A lot of English on that. It's going to take a perfect throw, and they don't get it. How about a bunt base hit? Puts the runners on the corners for the Bearcats.
Wow, that is a great bunt from Bales. And it's almost like, hey, that's what I meant to do. Get the spin on it, pulling away from Sabota, and there wasn't a prayer that he was going to get the runner out at first base. He thought about going back to third, but now if you're Brookland, top of the lineup, you got the right guys coming.
Bales is just trying to give himself up with a sacrifice, move that runner to third, but instead places a bunt perfectly. And now runners on the quarters, as you just mentioned, for the top of the lineup. And Cooper Bodie's already put one out on the road, out in left field today.
Yeah, there's a creek out there at left. There's a good chance he did clear the creek. He absolutely tattooed it over the boards and left.
Runner goes, no throw, so the stolen base for Bales puts two in scoring position.
You knew it was probably coming. This is an aggressive team in Brookland. Some coaches don't want to try to throw over to first, but sometimes you do want to keep them close just to keep them from now a base hit to the outfield.
Well, I like the idea, too, because the ball may have a little moisture on it as much as it's raining, so make that catcher make a great throw to throw you out. In the worst-case scenario, you make an out, but now it's two in scoring position. This one ripped down the first base line, and the first base coach has to show some elevation to get out of the way.
Hey, he still got it. Still got it going on. Gage Watson over at first. He actually won a state championship at Marion whenever Coach Baker was an assistant for Coach Prater. He was the starting center fielder, was Gage Watson, and so you got state championship around. That's good to have on your staff.
No question. Success always breeds success. I want to have winners around your program, no matter where they had the success. That's why PA goes out and gets a coach like Denny Tipton.
Yeah, legendary.
That one catches the zone, and now leadoff hitter Bodie behind in the count.
That's a good pitch for Sabota to get that call on, because now you know where you can hit your spot. Bodie didn't like it, up and out, but just got enough of the zone.
So Bodie behind 1-2. Trying to push a couple runs across as two are in scoring position. This one fouled out of play.
This is a moment for Coach Baker when you got a guy like Bodie. Game like this, you know the score's not going to hold. We're going to have more runs, but Bodie's a guy that he has put a lot of trust in. Our player to watch. He's been coming through clutch for them time and time again this season. But he's facing a plus arm too at Sabota.
No question. 1-2's the count. One out here in the second. That one well out of the zone high.
Yeah, I love this battle. You got UCA, Siney, and Sabota. Bodie going to go play at the JUCO ranks, but legitimately could find himself at the D1 level. This is a great battle between pitcher and hitter of two top talents.
So 2-2, 2 on. Base hit likely scores those two. Bodie on the left side. That breaking ball is out of the zone. The count's full. How aggressive do you want to be with the power hitting lefty?
You know, if I'm Sabota, you've missed two on the snap-off curve. Even that strike you got called up or out didn't hit your spot, but you're able to nick the zone. You don't come in because he's thinking fastball. You haven't been able to locate your curveball. If you can snap it in, good luck. But you may not want to flirt with danger either.
So full count, bases at first is empty. Big swing and a miss. Sabota blew it right past Bodie.
That's an excellent pitch from Sabota going the high juice. He said, hey, I'm coming at you. No way I'm walking you, Cooper Bodie. And Sabota with the high cheddar gets a big-time swing and miss, and that's a big out.
Talk about an aggressive mentality on the mound. You've already given up a home run to your counterpart once today. That time the pitcher wins the battle.
Man, that's perfect, too. When you haven't been able to hit your curveball, go with the high fastball. Well located, too. Up or out. Might be in the zone. It's borderline either way, but get him to swing and miss.
Now it's up to Eli Foster to get those runs across. First pitch fouled away.
We saw Brookland do a little bit of damage in the last inning. Had runners in scoring position, unable to get that big hit. That's what it's going to come down to in games like this. You just got to have the execution of two-out hitting, timely hitting. You got to be able to bring those runners in.
Sabota trying to close the door here in the second. This game hasn't been able to find much of a rhythm, as we are more than an hour into it, still in the second inning. Of course, had a 15-minute weather delay. That breaking ball misses.
You know, for Sabota, again, that curveball, and it may have to do with the elements. He's got a good curveball, but he's missing up and out. It's not quite hitting his spot, so he's having to go back with the fastball. But, man, he locates his fastball so well. That's what allows him to really kind of throw it in any count. They got that big strikeout a moment ago because of his fastball.
And Brookland's done a great job of working the pitch count as well. That was pitch number 50 as it catches the corner.
There's the curveball. See, when he gets it in, now he's in a driver's seat because it's 1-2. Curveball was well located, up and out. Now you got really your whole repertoire at your disposal.
Of course, you always have to pay attention to the pitch count at the high school level. 110 is the maximum. Now the 1-2. That one just misses. The PA crowd didn't like it.
It's tough to hit it with that curveball up and out just because it doesn't break down as much. You got to really make sure you nick the corner, but he just didn't quite hit his spot.
So deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out. 2-2 count. Here in the second inning, Brookland needs a big base hit to try to close this gap to 2. Foster again fouls off the offering.
Saw the runners were actually kind of bluffing like they were both going to steal. And naturally, they weren't going to come home and score, but they were trying to get in the eye movement in this corner of Sabota's eye, maybe to make him groove something. Just a little bit of mind game there.
Yep, maybe even try to cause him to flinch, cause a balk, which always is in the equation at the high school level.
Guy like Sabota, D1 guy, he's a tough guy to rattle.
Again, the 2-2. Again, fouled away.
You could tell his sequencing, though, is really good. I mean, he's going curveball up and out. Everything he's hit, he's trying to pitch away and he's trying to pitch up. Even the fastball, curveball too. I like that, too, because you're able to have less damage that way. Even if you miss your spot, you're missing up and out. You just can't miss by too much, but he's living up and away a ton, changing the eye level.
Foster hits 429, on the year. So a good battle between two good players. Breaking ball just off the plate. Scott Silva says that one was just out of the zone, and now the count's full.
Yeah, that's a good call. Nice take from Foster. maybe a little too close to take, but that ball's been out. It's been called the ball today. You saw that on the curveball earlier in this at-bat that was up and out. But that's a great pitcher's pitch either way.
It's been a great battle between these two. Foster and Sabota, who's going to win it? Sabota taking his time to get his signal from the backstop. That one roped into center field. That's going to get down into the gap. Both runs are come in to score. Foster delivers a 2-run base hit.
Man, what a battle from Foster and Sabota. Sabota got the big out of Cooper Bodie, but Foster says, you can't forget about me too. I'm a good hitter. Makes some pay, drives in the 2 runs. A clutch piece of hitting for the 2-hole.
That's a really good battle between those two, Foster and Sabota, but the hitter finally wins it as he splits the defenders in the outfield. The center fielder finally able to range over, but not before 2 come across. It's 5-3.
That was that curveball. It was up and out, but it found too much of the plate, kind of hung it a little bit, and Foster drilled it opposite field.
So Brookland strikes back. Now Rogan Tyler can try to keep the inning going.
Both lefties that Sabota faced, he pushed up and out. Now with the righty, he's kind of going down and away. Even that fastball up a little bit. He's got good sequencing.
Trying to get out of this marathon of an inning. This one sent to third, and this should do it. Long throw across the diamond is made, but not before Brookland pushes 2 across. We have got offense galore in the 4A championship game, and you're watching it right here on Arkansas TV Sports.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas TD Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uamshealth.com.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
Brookland again going to the bullpen. Third inning, third pitcher that the Bearcats are going to use. And they hand the ball to Hudson Owens.
The junior, he's only pitched 7 innings this year. He's coming to the biggest game of the season. He's got a 3.0 ERA, 7 strikeouts, 11 walks. So command has been an issue at times for Owens. But he is 2-0, and he's a guy that Coach leans on, obviously, in big-time situations. Brookland's right back in this thing with that 2-run single and 5-3 ball game.
So again, going to the bullpen is Brookland's. You've got options, and you might as well use them. And right now, Pulaski Academy's offense has got to find somebody that can get them out on a consistent basis. 3 in the first, 2 in the second. The Bruins' bats are working. Brookland trying to find a solution.
We've talked about it already. Don't want to harp on it too much. But again, that first inning, that error by the shortstop really changed that inning. PA made them pay. Good teams will. But that's what it takes. You got to execute when the team gives you a gift. You got to execute. Got a feeling this one is far from over.
Yeah. Already played an hour and 12 minutes. Of course, 15-minute delay there in the first. Let's take a look at today's trivia question. JB wants you to be a smarter human being, so he's got something to ask.
Well, okay, so who holds the Arkansas High School state record for most strikeouts in a single game?
There's 21 outs in a game. So who's recorded 21 outs? Or could it be more?
That's a great question.
Oh, extra innings.
This is a lot of strikeouts, by the way, Bobby.
A lot of strikeouts. Whew.
I don't even know if I can count that high.
Let's ponder it. Get you an answer shortly. So Owens tasked to try to slow down Pulaski Academy. He starts off with a strike.
Well, to give a slight hint, this occurred before I was even born. So the old folks here might have a good guess on this.
Hey, older
folks. Oh, Bobby, you're not old.
I was apparently 6 when this happened.
Oh, you are old. I'm just playing.
Everybody say thanks to JB for being here. His day's done. We're going to go to the bullpen as well.
Yeah, Peyton's on standby.
So Foster, Williams, and Kimball due up for Pulaski Academy. As that one misses. One has decided to stand right in front of our vantage point, so that means I get to stand.
Well, I'll stand with you.
That one misses, so Owens comes out of the bullpen and issues a walk.
It's a great AB. Anytime you get a new pitcher like that, if you're Rome Foster, you're looking fastball over the heart of the plate. If you don't get it, you're taking likely. Never got something he can handle, earns the walk.
So Rome Foster, who doubled his first time up, issued the free pass. Now Reed Williams steps in. He's 0 for 1.
You know Brookland's got such good offense. You can't sleep on them either, but you got to keep getting runs where you can if you're Pulaski Academy. Trying to move that runner into scoring position.
That one's going to get away from the backstop. Tyler couldn't get over in front. Owens is struggling to find command.
Well, now you don't. I don't think he was bunting anyways, but now you don't even have to. Runner's in scoring position now already, and that's a tough spot for a junior to come in who's only thrown 7 innings pitched this year. It's going to be a pitching by committee just because of the way things have gone. You've got to find somebody that can throw strikes, that can attack and get PA out.
Action already stirring again in the Brookland bullpen. So runner now in scoring position and nobody out. So Reed Williams.
You can already kind of tell even the catcher, Rogan Tyler, trying to buy some time just for that bullpen. They want to make sure they've got anybody ready.
Shows bunt again. That one's low out of the zone. So now 2-0 count to Williams. Still showing bunts. That may be just to kind of alter the pitcher a little bit, and as Owens has still struggled to find the strike zone.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if he puts a bunt down at least until he gets a strike. So you're right on that.
Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike.
That really was just a bluff move just to try to get one. Now, he may still bunt here. I don't know that he will, but he might. And if he shows bunt, he's going to be trying to bunt. If he doesn't, naturally, he's going to be swinging away at a chance. You get 3 cracks at that situation to drive in that runner from second with nobody out.
So Williams looking for his first base hit today. Does square again. Gets one down. Owens tries to barehand it. Can't make the play. And that's going to be an infield base hit. Owens tried to pick it up with the bare hand. Couldn't make the play. Would have taken an impressive throw either way. It's a gun down to Williams. Can't do so. And that's going to bring a mound visit.
Yeah, Owens had to come off right here. That's one where he thought about backhanding. That was going to be his best bet. Backhand with the glove, try to field and throw with one motion. It was going to be tough to get the runner at first, but that's likely your only play. I think he may have been thinking to go get the runner at third, barehand, and try to throw. And once you kind of second guess, it's all over.
Brookland's going to go to the bullpen, so we'll step aside, find out who the Bearcat arm is when we come back.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ken Warden, Commissioner of the Arkansas Division of Higher Education and a member of the Arkansas 250 Commission. As we approach America's 250th anniversary, communities across Arkansas are preparing to celebrate our shared history. We're working with local leaders to support meaningful, locally driven events that honor the people, places, and stories that shaped our state and nation. Visit america250.ade.arkansas.gov and join us as we connect with our nation's history, celebrate Arkansas's unique story, and contribute to the state's future success.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TD Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
So Brookland's gone back to the bullpen, and Caden Rodriguez is on the mound. We've seen him at the dish already, and now he takes his turn on the bump.
Sophomore's thrown 30 innings pitched this season. He's got a couple of saves. Obviously not a save situation, but he's got a 2.1 ERA, 33 Ks, 19 walks. Pretty good strikeout to walk ratio, but he's got the second best, at least one of the best batting averages against, certainly for a sophomore. Team sitting below 200 against him. It's pretty good stuff from a 10th grader.
It's a high leverage situation though, as runners are at the corners for Pulaski Academy, as they've already scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, now trying to do some damage here in the third.
Not that there's any, let up in this PA lineup, but you are facing 8, 9 coming up. These are the guys you want to try to attack. Make them put it in play. They've got some good hitters, 1 through 9, but if you're Rodriguez coming into a high spot like this, just attack, see what happens.
Chase Kimball in the box. He takes an off-speed pitch for a strike.
Well, Rodriguez is not afraid to attack. I mean, fastball, curveball, you see 2 pitches from him both. He's got good command, gets ahead. That's what you wanted. Likely knowing PA's probably going to be taking with the new pitcher, just the way that this game is gone. That's what Coach Tipton's done a great job of. You don't want to run into a pop-up out on a pitch just because you see a new pitcher. See, couple? Try to drive something.
Third baseman's even with the bag for Brooklands. They're going to concede a run if a ground ball up the middle.
It tells you what Coach Baker thinks of his offense, right? My goodness.
Yeah, I think if you asked me before this contest what's a winning number, well, my number was likely north of 6. That one goes right back where the shortstop was, and that's an RBI base hit. So the runner was in motion for Pulaski Academy. The shortstop ranges over to cover the bag on a potential throw, and the baseball found where he left.
That's just great coaching, too. Tipton punching the right buttons, putting the runner in motion. Shortstop's got a cover. He's not there. Good piece of hitting from Kimball. That's doing a job when you're called upon. Hit and run, bangs it through the left, and another run.
So Reed Williams was off with the pitch, and he goes first to third on the base hit. An RBI from Kimball. And now the 9-hole hitter, Mason Greathouse. Walked earlier today. Gets his second plate appearance. It's a big secondary lead from the runner at third. And Coach Denny Tipton's calling time. He obviously had something else in mind instead of taking that ball high.
I think so. There's also baseball in the field down the foul line. I don't know that anybody's seen it yet. I thought that's what he was calling time for.
Now it is recognized by the umpire in the field. Sends the backup catcher for Brookland out to get it. I wonder if his equipment's dried off. He didn't show it during the weather delay, but 4 or 5 Brookland players went headfirst into a puddle in foul territory, including a catcher in full gear.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me go out there and do it. I asked, but maybe next time.
Maybe next time. We'll hold you to that. 6-3, Pulaski Academy's got a lead and looking to add to it. That one's taken for a strike by Greathouse.
That curveball up, it's been called a strike. He likes them up. Establishing the zone's big, and that's what with any umpire, right? There's not just a one-size-fits-all strike zone. You've got to get adjusted to the umpire.
Yeah. So Kimball swipes second on that offering, and now the infield's being brought in from Brookland. Runners at second and third. The show bunt, potential suicide squeeze coming as the runner from third was off with the pitch. That one's fouled straight back, though, from Greathouse. Couldn't get it down.
I like that call. Nobody out. That one's coming up in his eyes. Be able to try to get that ball back. Man, that's not a fun place to be as a hitter. I promise you.
Williams was about 40% of the way down the baseline when that ball was fouled away.
That's when you're called to do a job. He was called, hey, lay down that bunt at all costs. Able to foul it off.
Infield still in for Brookland. No bunt here. Greathouse swings and a miss, and he goes down on strikes.
It's a big strikeout for Rodriguez. Just the first out of the inning, but it's big because you don't want to face the top of the lineup with more runs across for the bases juiced. Your work's cut out for you, though, if you're Rodriguez, because this is a tough out.
Still a long way to go to get out of this inning, though, if you're Brooklands. Runners at second and third, now the top of the order for Pulaski Academy. William Sabota takes one down in the dirt.
Sabota is 0 for 2, right? So you have gotten him out, but here's the deal. He hit it sharply to short to begin the game, and then he lined out to short, so both balls were hit very solidly.
Reached on an error in the first inning, then he lined into what was almost a double play on one that was torched off the bat, but right at the shortstop. That one swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up with the hard stuff.
Coach Tipton having some little frustration with his runner over at third. It was off too far. Third baseman wasn't going over to cover him behind. They would have had a chance to get him, and Tipton was giving some instruction to the runner at third.
So 1-1 to Sabota. Took a little off that offering, did Rodriguez, and it splits the plate.
One thing for Rodriguez, he hits his spots, he attacks. Sabota's a good two-strike hitter, though, so you got to be careful.
So 1-2 count to Sabota. 1 out, still 2 in scoring position. That one misses to even up the count.
That's a good curveball for the sophomore. Really, lots of movement, high spin rate. It's not a bad pitch. That's just a really good take from Sabota.
Late swing, couldn't catch up with a high fastball, and Sabota goes down on strikes. Back-to-back punch-outs for Rodriguez.
How about it for Rodriguez? You know, he's faced 3 batters. The first one hit it through the hole at short, but that would have been a routine double play. He's done a nice job coming out of the pen.
Almost out of this jam, but still some work to be done as Luke Edwards, left-handed hitting third baseman, steps in. First pitch swinging lifted. That could be trouble. High, long run for the left fielder, but he gets there, makes the play. A long way to go for Carter, but he makes the catch, and it ends the inning. Pulaski Academy pushes one across, but it could have been a whole lot worse. Brookland trails at 6-3 and coming up.
Hey you. We know what you did. And we think you're just the most magnificent person ever. Because you support public television, and you did it by donating your car to our station. Vehicle donations like yours bring significant funding to the quality news and programming you turn to every day. So now, it's time to celebrate you and all of our supporters that keep us going.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports, all available on demand. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Well, the answer to the trivia question from earlier was who holds the Arkansas high school state record for most strikeouts in a single game? Well, here's the answer. It's David Beavers with 23 strikeouts in 8 innings. It was extras, but 23 strikeouts for the man from Dover back in 1989.
24 outs in an 8-inning game.
Sheesh.
How about you?
He better have won, right? Surely.
So Sabota back to work. He's got a 6-3 lead. Brookland got out of a potential disaster in the top half of the inning as 2 runners were left in scoring position.
Yeah, I mean, that was an excellent job by Rodriguez. My goodness. Really, he retired what would have been 4 batters. The leadoff hitter hit a ground ball to short, but shortstop was covering second, so a really nice job out of the pen for Rodriguez.
So Stalling is going to lead this off for Brookland. That one inside. Oh, they're going to say it caught the corner. Stallings thought he drew a walk, but instead he's got to take the walk of shame back to pick up his lumber and try to do it again.
It's always tough. That's one of those deals where you probably want to make certain it's a strike before you. I know you got your ideas of what's a ball and what's a strike, but confirm it. I don't think umpires love that too much.
Yeah, Stallings tapped his chest, though, said my bad to the umpire. And now he fouls one off, so it goes from 3-0 to now quickly 3-2.
That's a good job from Sabota. Able to locate with the 3-0 fastball. Had a little two-seam action on it. Gets the call of the strike and then attacks on 3-1 with a good pitch. Fastball low in the zone.
So now the 3-2 to Stallings. Fouled away.
That's 3 straight fastballs now from Sabota. 3 straight heaters. Would not be surprised to see him snap off a curveball. He's thrown it at any count. That's what makes him so dangerous as a pitcher, but Stallings also a good hitter. He's been battling.
That one, though, catches a corner, so ahead 3-0 in the count, and 3 straights retires Stallings.
Man, that is good stuff from Sabota. The juice again. I think Stallings was thinking curveball. That two-seamer kind of starts out, comes back over the plate. That's really good stuff from Sabota.
So big first out. We haven't seen any 1-2-3 innings up to this point. Swoboda's trying to change that. Nice breaking ball to lead off the strike.
Against Gabe Carter, yeah. You threw a lot of fastballs in that last at bat. Start Carter off with a curveball. He was sitting with a fastball.
Carter hits .388 on the season, 35 RBIs. Also can wreak havoc on the base pass. If he gets on, he's got 17 stolen bases. Fouled straight back.
He's a guy that Coach Baker said he could definitely play at the next level if he wanted to. Not sure that's his desire, but you've already seen his ability. I mean, even that catch out at left field, that's a long run from him. Made a great catch into that inning a moment ago.
There it goes down on strikes again. Sabota starting to settle into a bit of a rhythm. How about another punch out?
Boy, the way this inning started, fell behind 3-0, but he comes back and gets the leadoff hitter, and then a curveball froze Carter for the second out of the inning.
Rodriguez is the only thing that stands in the way in the Bearcats in a 1-2-3 inning. He's already in a hole as that fastball catches the corner.
That's where Sabota can really settle in, right? It looked like he was going to walk the leadoff hitter, able to bounce all the way back, and he has been cruising since.
That one comes out of the hand of Rodriguez. He swings and a miss. He's going to have to go track down his piece of equipment.
A lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd, a little screaming perhaps too. That one was coming in hot. Thankful for the netting down the way.
That one was down out of the zone. Rodriguez tried to go get it and forgot the bat. That one, though, above the letters. Counts now 1-2.
Good take from Rodriguez. He struck out on that curveball down and away his first at bat. Trying to battle here. Sabota knows it.
Ground ball sent out to short. A long throw. The pick made it first. Nicely done. Pulaski Academy gets their first 1-2-3 of the inning. And we are through 3. The Bruins have a 6-3 lead.
This is a bit of an odd one. The offender had to smuggle in an antique execution device for a start.
Brian had an eye for a good deal.
You mean, did he like ripping off unsuspecting mortals?
Sure. Brian had a disagreement with the camera guy over this fella.
There are no other signs of physical damage,
which suggests that the victim assumed the position willingly.
Sunday evening at 5:30 on Arkansas TV.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas TD Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uamshealth.com.
Well, we've seen all kinds of talent on the field, but we also like to recognize a little bit of awesomeness in the classroom as well. Alejandro Hernandez, the junior from Dardanelle, 3.3 GPA, plans to attend UCA and play baseball for Coach Harlan and company. Congrats to Alejandro Hernandez for all his accomplishments. Arkansas TV Student All-Star.
Pulaski Academy's got a 6-3 lead as we've reached the middle innings officially. Fourth inning. Rodriguez back out for his second inning of work. Brookland had gone to the bullpen each of the last couple frames. Rodriguez came in with a couple strikeouts, able to limit the damage. Stranded 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, Rodriguez was dynamite. No doubt about that.
First pitch strike.
It's a good pitch and a nice job by the catcher, too, and Rogan Tyler. Good job framing a bit. That's what his really is in his repertoire as a catcher. He does a great job.
Jackson ropes one over the third baseman's head. Now, Major Jackson, a leadoff base hit for Pulaski Academy.
That's where you're waiting on that pitch. It was a curveball, but it was hung a little bit by Rodriguez. That first one was out a little bit. That one over the heart of the plate, and Jackson rips it over the third baseman's head.
So Major Jackson, a pair of base hits already today. Single in the first, now add one in the third. Excuse me, the fourth. So Max Conan, he's 2 for 2. Conan's already had himself a big-time day. 3 RBIs, scored a run on those 2 base hits, making an early stake at maybe some MVP honors.
Yeah, had a really nice scoop over at first, too, in that last inning. He does it all.
Conan watches one outside.
So what you're telling me is he's lived up to the last name.
He certainly has. There may not be a relation. Maybe there is. Either way, he looks like it. He looks the part. Big right-hander steps in against Rodriguez. That one catches the corner.
It's a good pitch from Rodriguez. That's the only pitch you're going to throw without Conan's not going to pull the trigger on and do damage. Still, though, a hitter's count for Conan. You got to be careful if you're Rodriguez.
Pulaski Academy has had base runners in every inning. Conan's now going to have some work to do as Rodriguez evens up the count.
That's a really nice job from the sophomore. I mean, back-to-back when you're down 2-0 to still hit that outer portion. Conan's going to expand the zone a little bit. If it's out there again, likely goes opposite field if he can catch up.
Slide step from Rodriguez. That was way out of the zone, so now the count's full.
You could tell the idea clearly for Rodriguez. He's living outside to Conan. He's not going to try to come inside at all. Give him a chance to turn on anything. He's going to live on the outer portion. At least every pitch this at bat has been that way.
Runner goes. Conan swing and a miss. The throw down to second, not in time, but the runner came off the bag, making a double play. So the K by Conan in the box, and now the runners erased after he overslides the bag.
Well, a little bit of an untraditional strike him out, throw him out double play, but that's why you stay with it. A nice job on the tag. He saw the runner overslide the bag, and he applies the tag. A big defensive play for Brookland.
Both these teams have played on turf plenty of times, but maybe the extra rain that we've had today caused a little extra slickness on the turf. Just overslides the bag, did Major Jackson, and he's called out after he lost contact with the base. Big swing and a miss from Deweese, and he's quickly in behind in the count 0-1.
I mean, you got to imagine with it being a little bit more moist, you're going to slide a little bit further. Just by the laws of physics, that's how it works. And maybe for Brookland, that's why they did their little slip and slide diving earlier. They're trying to get prepared for the extra moisture on the turf.
Middle part of this lineup for Pulaski Academy has lived up to the billing. 3, 4, and 5 in the order. All have 2 base hits already today. Deweese trying to pick up his 3rd hit, but he's got work to do. He's down in the count 0-2.
Yeah, they're combined 6 for 8 out of the 3 through 5 spots. That combines for most of the PA offense.
That one, ring him up. Can't get the bat off the shoulder. So Brookland finally puts a 0 on the board, but they still trail PA 6-3.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports, all available on demand. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
We're back here. Pulaski Academy leads 6-3, but Brookland finally kept PA off the board. Now they've got a chance to cut into that deficit as they bat in the home half of the fourth.
Yeah, both teams coming up empty in the last at-bats for the first time today. So pitching starting to settle in a good bit. Sabota's been the guy for PA.
Pitch count has started to run up, though, for Sabota.
They've got the luxury of that double barrel with the lefty looming. You still got him in the pen, and Deweese, he's still really good.
When you look at the numbers on the season for Pulaski Academy as far as the pitching is concerned, I mean, you really look at two guys. I mean, they have done the lion's share of the work on the mound. Chopper out to second. Easy flip, another play made. Quickly, the leadoff man is retired.
Nice job from Sabota. We see this almost every game. It's the pitchers that can settle in. You're going to give up some damage in the first two innings a lot of times. If you can weather it, great. But if you get through it, and that's what Sabota's done. They've gotten him for a couple of runs, 1 run in the first, 2 in the second. But since then, he's been cruising.
The rain started to fall once again here in Hot Springs as the fans start to scatter, trying to get the umbrella, the tarp out. Coming down pretty good. And we had a 15-minute weather delay back in the first. It's going to have a battle of the showers for the majority of today. That's what happens when you play in May. That one sent out to second base, and diving stop could not be made. It would have been a heck of an effort, but either way, it's a base hit into right field for Brooklands and Blake Lane.
Nice effort for Raheem Jackson, but that was going to be a tough play to make. Nice job on the good piece of hitting to poke it to the right side, and Blake Lane's having a pretty good day. 2 for 2.
Indeed. The offense is there for Brooklands. This deficit's nowhere near large enough for Pulaski Academy to become comfortable.
As much as the rain's been coming down, our camera crew's having to work with it too. It's not fun for them either,
That's right.
I can promise you.
Scorer around to show bunts and swinging wildly as Bales chased that one up around his eyes. Now we've got a stoppage in play, and now the two teams are being sent off. So we have now our second weather delay here in this 4A state championship game. And then you got to really think, JB, that's going to affect the starting pitcher for Pulaski Academy and Sabota. He's starting to settle in, and now he's going to be asked to rest for a second time.
Yeah, in some ways for Brookland could be a gift. Maybe it wasn't good for them earlier when they had that home run. They were starting to rally. It ended. That's what you deal with, though, in these games, and the weather coming down affects everybody, even our man out there in center field. Kudos, man or girl, woman, I don't know.
Yep.
Regardless, kudos to you out there in center field. Great job battling. We appreciate all you guys for all you do.
Yeah, so Pulaski Academy leads Brookland 6-3. Line score as it stands right now, 6 runs on 10 hits. No errors committed by Pulaski Academy. For Brookland, 3 runs on 5 hits. They have committed an error. And so we are now in our second weather delay between these two. So JB. Mother Nature thinks this game is so great, she wants to do it continue. So we're going to get started back here in the 4A state championship game. Going to be about a 13-minute delay here in the 4A championship game between Brookland and Pulaski Academy. We had a 15-minute weather delay in the first inning. Now 13 minutes for the second inning. For the second time, here in the fourth. But again, we brought up this conversation in the first inning, JB. What does a weather delay do to a pitcher in Sabota?
You got to think it rattles you a little bit. You want to come back and attack.
Bunt offered at and rolls foul by Bales. So I like the idea to try to catch the defense off guard after the weather delay.
Problem is it was an 0-1 count whenever there was the stoppage of play. So now you're down on the count 0-2 after that long stoppage.
Blake Lane's the runner on first. He singled before the weather delay. And now we pick things back up here in inning number 4. Pulaski Academy scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. The Bruins have 10 hits already today. Brookland 1 in the first, 2 in the second. And they were blanked in the third. So that's how we got to this point. This game, just because of base runners and weather, has really struggled to get any kind of flow. Chopper sent out to shortstop. Going to take a good throw to get the runner, and not in time. So Bales uses the speed on the slow chopper to short. And Brookland's got runners on first and second with back-to-back base hits.
How about that from Bales? His speed on full display. Third baseman, if he cuts it off, that's your best chance. And if you're short, really that's all you can do. Unless you can try to play the short hop, but even then, that's a tough play. Infield hit all the way.
And just like Brookland designs it, Cooper Bodie, the leadoff man, comes up with 2 runners on base.
Sabota won the battle last time. Got the strikeout. Who wins it this time against 2 heavyweights?
Bodie homered in the first, struck out with runners on his last time up. He calls time and steps out. 1 down here in the fourth. Feel like this is a high leverage situation. Brookland trying to get back into this contest, trailing 6-3. Bodie backs away from that fastball in on the knees.
It's got a good arm side run to it on that 2-seamer from Sabota, but how about the bottom part of the lineup for Brookland, giving that top of the lineup all kinds of chances?
The leadoff hitter doesn't drive in 41 runs without some production from the bottom half. Big swing and a miss way out in front to that breaking ball.
You know he's wanting to be aggressive.
.549 batting average on the year. 5 long balls, including the one today. Scored 60 runs.
That's kind of video game-like numbers. That hitting almost 600, 550 averaged up. I mean, golly.
Lace off, that one's well out of the zone. 6A softball championship game. Scheduled to start at 4 o'clock. Just like us, we're going to be battling some weather for that game. Of course, we'll finish the broadcast here of this one and then get you to softball as fast as we possibly can. We've got an hour. We'll worry about that later. That's why Kevin and Tanisha in the truck get paid the big bucks.
That's right.
They can worry about that. That one ripped right back up the middle. Lost the exchange, though. So that what looked like that was going to be a tailor-made double play turns out to be an error by the second baseman, Jackson. That ball was smoked off the bat. Looked like it was going to be a 4-6-3 double play, but on the exchange from the glove to the hand, it comes out. Now the bases are loaded.
Wow, and here's what's even worse. Runner at third, he held up. Coach Baker pumped the brakes, kicking himself. Jackson didn't realize the runner was even coming. He would have scored easily.
Now Eli Foster, who's already delivered a huge 2-run, 2-out base hit earlier today to cut this margin to 5-3 at the time. He's got a chance to drive in even more.
Boy, you know he wants to come in clutch big time. Brookland feels like they need to get at least a run here, and Sabota trying to shut the door.
That fastball inside.
Didn't miss by much. That's not a bad pitch. That's a on that inner corner, just barely missed it.
Sabota's now over 80 pitches. You have to wonder how long Coach Denny Tipton's going to stick with the starter. This one sent out to short, could be 2. The second for 1, the relay throw's not in time, and that's going to drive in a run. So Foster legs it out. No, they're going to call interference. So wipe off the run. They're going to rule interference on Cooper Bodie sliding into second base, and that automatically turns 2 and negates the base run.
Wow, that is a huge play. Keeps them from getting around. Here's another look. They get the out at second. Bodie slides into the runner, and man, what's he supposed to do?
Yeah, so it could be called for interference for a couple things. Maybe a late slide, maybe sliding into the defender. Either way, Coach Josh Baker from Brookland doesn't like the call, but it's going to stand. So the double play ends the threat. We're through 4. PA still leads it by 3.
Join the ranks of corporate supporters at Arkansas TV. Our viewers love the businesses that underwrite their favorite programs. Showcase your business and support lifelong learning in Arkansas today.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ken Warden, Commissioner of the Arkansas Division of Higher Education and a member of the Arkansas 250 Commission. As we approach America's 250th anniversary, communities across Arkansas are preparing to celebrate our shared history. We're working with local leaders to support meaningful, locally driven events that honor the people, places, and stories that shaped our state and nation. Visit america250.ade.arkansas.gov and join us as we connect with our nation's history, celebrate Arkansas's unique story, and contribute to the state's future success.
So this is how the previous inning ends. You look at the slide into second base by Bodie. He gets down, does slide into the defender. Either way, they call interference, and so instead of being a force out just at second base, Foster had beaten the throw that looked like was going to drive in a run for Brookland. They call obstruction, which is going to be 2 outs, and nobody scores for Brookland. A big, big play there, JB.
Oh, that's a huge swing in the game, no question. A tough break for Brookland. That's one of those deals where it just doesn't swing your way, and against that run where you really needed one, and that's one you could question mark in the game. We've had a few different plays, the error in the first, that one there that you come back on that really comes back to bite you.
You know, you're not allowed to take out a defender as a base runner in high school baseball, so you can't slide into the bag and try to take out the relay throw. You also have to get down as far as sliding in a timely fashion. So there could have been a couple directions in which the umpire says, okay, that's why the call of obstruction or interference was made.
No doubt about it.
So Rodriguez back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work for Brookland, and he starts off with a breaking ball for a strike.
Rodriguez has been good, man. He really has.
He has been. He's been a lifesaver for the Bearcats out of the bullpen. He's thrown 2 complete innings now, giving up 2 hits, struck out 4. He's faced 7 batters. It's going to be Foster, Williams, and Kimball. 6, 7, and 8 due up for Pulaski Academy here in the frame. A big turn of events. As Brookland had the bases loaded and left them stranded.
Well, what's big in that inning is because it's 1st and 3rd, 2 outs with a 6-4 game. Right. You still get a chance to bat. It's gone with that double play.
Foster tries to find the hole. What a throw and an even better pick at first. Stallings makes the pick. What a highlight reel for the first out of the inning.
My goodness, Sports Center top 10 for Ethan Bales all the way. Take a look at that. And then the strong throw to first, the scoop. That is a textbook defensive play.
So that's a big first out recorded as Brookland hasn't made themselves their life any easy for themselves in this contest, as PA's had base runners all afternoon long. Rodriguez lets that one fly and goes all the way to the backstop.
You know, for Brookland, a lot of fans are still bummed about what just happened. The reality is you're going to need more than 6 runs
That's
anyway.
right.
You're going to have to produce to come back in this game. They've got the offense to do it, but you got to keep PA off the board too, and Rodriguez has done a great job of that.
That one misses outside. Williams is 1 for 2, struck out in the 1st inning, picked up his base hit, single in the 3rd. 10 hits for PA, 6 hits for Brookland. If you're looking for a number that kind of describes this game so far, Brookland's 3 of 8 with runners on base. PA 9 of 18.
Whew. Lots of chances and then lots of times delivering too.
And how about 6 of 12 with runners in scoring position for PA? That's how you put up 6 runs in the first 3 innings.
No question.
Rodriguez, that was lined right to the third baseman. Williams caught it on the screws, but Silverthorne, right place at the right time, and 2 are down.
Well, that's a tough break too, right? You come in and you hit it so hard like that, but that's not going to show up with the stat sheet. That's just going to be a line out to third, but he hit it on the button.
Chase Kimball now, the last chance for Pulaski Academy here in the frame. He's 1 for 2. Singled back in the 3rd inning. Rodriguez, he is keeping Brookland in this contest by himself. Now 2 2/3 in relief, giving up just 2 base hits, 4 strikeouts.
He's giving him a chance, no doubt.
Another hard shot, so right at the third baseman, Silverthorne retires a 2nd straight L5 in the box score. A 1-2-3 go the Bruins. Brookland tries to get back in it. They still trail it though, 6-3.
Hey you. We know what you did. And we think you're just the most magnificent person ever. Because you support public television. And you did it by donating your car to our station. Vehicle donations like yours bring significant funding to the quality news and programming you turn to every day. So now, it's time to celebrate you and all of our supporters that keep us going.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. Providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
So the ace has been turned to, as Ace DeWeese, that is, for Pulaski Academy. They turn to the left-hander, and his numbers, well, they're indicative of an ace. 12 starts this year. How about a 9-0 record, giving up 30 base hits and 59 innings of work. He struck out, get this, 81. He has got plus stuff on the mound, and Pulaski Academy has turned to DeWeese to try to shut this thing down as Brookland bats in the home half of the 5th.
Yeah, DeWeese, a Crowder signee. Crowder Community College, one of the best JUCO schools in the nation. They're getting a good one in the lefty, and he's trying to end his high school career on a high note.
About to change jersey numbers, but that stuff can't hide. No matter who you are. So DeWeese starts off the at-bats with 1 out of the zone. It's going to be 3, 4, and 5 for Brookland, Tyler, Stallings, and Carter.
Talked to Coach Baker before the game. He said they prepared for DeWeese to start, but he said, here's the reality. We know we're going to see Sabota and DeWeese both. We're going to have to hit them both. We're going to win the game. Right. He knew it coming in.
The pitch count was up near 90 for Sabota. So now they go to the bullpen, and now DeWeese catches the corner.
You can tell even the approach here for Rogan Tyler. Take you get one in this at-bat. That was a good pitch from DeWeese on the outer portion.
That one's high and out of the zone. So Brookland are starting to run out of outs. Only 9 to which to work with from here on. This Bearcat offense can come to life. We saw that in the semifinals as they put up what you would call a large number. 19 runs they scored on Shiloh Christian, who many thought was one of the top couple teams in 4A. Again, all 4 number 1 seeds made the semifinals in the 4A state tournament. This one is skied on the infield. Camped underneath it. Plenty of time to make the play is Foster, and a leadoff man's retired.
It's a good approach from DeWeese to get that first out. You talked about that semifinal game, though, against Shiloh. Brookland scored 7 runs in the first inning and essentially put the game away. That's what their offense can do, and you've seen that. But PA's got 2 of the best arms you're going to see, at least in terms of a 1-2 punch.
Brookland was tested early on in the state tournament. They edged Dardanelle, the 4 seed, 3-2. And then they had to extend themselves against number 3 seed Nashville. How about a 9-8 victory for Brookland? And then, of course, the Big Bats came out against number 1 seed Shiloh Christian. And the fellow 1 seed Brookland picked up their 31st win, which is most in school history. Broke last year's team record by more than 5 already. How PA got to this point, they beat Camden Fairview 2-1. Fairview was a 4 seed, and then their Big Bat showed up 13-3 win over Lone Oak, an 8-4 victory over Magnolia. So that's how those 2 teams got to the championship game. Lone Oak was a 2 seed, Magnolia that 4th number 1 that we've been talking about.
It's a lot of good baseball on both of these sides.
DeWeese misses there, and now it's a walk issued as Cooper Stallings able to take first, and the Bearcats have a base runner.
Well, out of his first 9 pitches, he's only thrown 2 strikes for DeWeese. Not quite the start you want to have from him out of the pen.
DeWeese came in from the outfield to take over on the mound. He's going to have to locate as Gabe Carter steps in. Carter was hit by a pitch in the first, struck out in the third.
So 10 pitches in, and 8 have been balls for DeWeese, and that's going to warrant a mound visit.
Carter hits .388 on the season, 35 RBIs, but Denny Tipton's out of the dugout and wants to calm things down with the reliever.
I think that's the right call. I mean, you've thrown 10 pitches and you've only thrown 2 strikes. Really, if you're Brookland, it was a 3-1 pitch that you swung at, popped up, but the way that DeWeese has been pitching, that's huge that he got that first out because it could be 2 on here.
That's right. Pop up on the infield for the out in the inning. And, of course, Coach Kipton, you can see there, just trying to calm his pitcher down. It's like, hey, it's throw strikes. You've done this all season long. Nothing changes here except for the fact that, there's a trophy and a ring on the line.
Well, Coach that's been here done that. He knows how to get his guys to do the very best that they can, and regardless of the situation.
So runners on first. 1 out here in the 5th. So Carter, then Rodriguez would be up. See if DeWeese can find the location. It's the clouds, starting to break a little bit. Sun kind of peering through. Long set from DeWeese. Finally delivers, but still misses.
Already got the sign from Carter. Coach Baker telling him, hey, take till you get one.
Yep. Going to make DeWeese come into the zone. That's what you always have to do with the reliever, especially if they struggle. Shows bunt, pulls back. That one's high.
Well, this is not a good sign if you're Pulaski Academy. DeWeese, your guy, naturally, a great lefty, but he's just struggled to find the zone here through 3 batters.
You expect the type of talent that he has, he'll find it eventually, but can he find it now? That one across for a strike.
Catches the bottom outer portion, so he just clips it enough to get the strike call. But that's all it takes. Just get a strike, maybe settle in, take a deep breath.
3-1. Swing and a miss. Didn't look like Gabe Carter was really committed to offering it that, but couldn't hold back.
He was late on it, too. I mean, that's some juice. Fastball gets on you quickly. Lots of movement from DeWeese.
So DeWeese was behind 3-0, battled back to fill up the count. Now time is called by Carter in the box.
Just a little cat and mouse. He's just trying to slow things down, play on his time, maybe get in DeWeese's head a little bit. So those Brookland hitters have done that a lot.
Try to break the rhythm of the pitcher.
Yep.
So we'll reset and do it again. This one sent to third. Nice stop by the third baseman, Edwards. Throw across, not in time. So going to call that an infield base hit. Nice stop by the third baseman, but a little too much speed from Carter, and he beats the throw.
That's a great play, great hit from Carter, and then a nice job at third from Edwards. But he was getting up like he was going to throw to second, and I think that cost him because he took too much time to get it to first, and Carter's speed beat it out.
Yeah, when Edwards had to go to the ground, he likely needed to go ahead and make the decision to go to first and get the out. I think you're exactly right. That glance at second base prevented from making the play. So the infield single now puts 2 runners on base for Brookland.
I don't want that to take away, though, from the fact that was a heck of a stop at third, but just couldn't quite finish the play.
Yeah, it saves a run for sure because that one gets down the line.
Yeah.
It likely gets all the way to the corner. Now Caden Rodriguez watches the first pitch strike.
First time DeWeese has gotten ahead in any at bat, now his 4th batter. So sometimes it does take 3 or 4 hitters in to finally settle in, get a little rhythm. He's hoping he's found some rhythm at least.
Rodriguez has done the job on the mounds, but he's 0 for 2 at the plate. That one doesn't get the break that he wants on the curveball and stays outside.
Yeah, just that's where he's been missing a lot is outside DeWeese. He's thrown a lot of fastball, trying to locate that. He did get this strike, so it goes to the curveball. It's not there. He's just trying to get command of his pitches before he feels real confident. But you know he's a Crowder guy, so he's got the stuff. It's just being able to rein it in.
So Rodriguez now in a 1-1 count. It's big swing, fouled away. Just got a piece.
Rodriguez was on that curveball in terms of sequencing. He knew it was coming, picked the right pitch, got a big, healthy hack, but too much spin on it from the left. He couldn't catch the connection.
Rodriguez trying to add to his RBI total as the rain starts again. He's got 24 RBIs on the season. Lays off a fastball out of the way.
It's been so tough against Rodriguez. They've been pitching him down and away, trying to get him to extend and reach.
So the rain's falling steadily here at Majestic Park in Hot Springs. DeWeese going to step off, the reset. Mother Nature has wreaked havoc all day today on these 4A championship games. First, the 4A softball, and now 4A baseball. That fastball's up and out of the zone. Fills it up, 3-2.
Wow, this is a very big pitch.
So with the full count, we just got the announcement that we have lightning in the area. So our third weather delay, and so this one's going to be at least 30 minutes. So lightning's in the area, and how about a high leverage situation to put on pause? 3-2 to Rodriguez, 2 on, and a 6-3 game in the 5th.
And that very next pitch, huge, especially the rain coming down. I think DeWeese was probably okay with the stoppage just because command hadn't been there, get a chance to settle in. However, when you come back, you still got to come in and throw a strike.
Yep, so an update. So what that means is so even though we're playing baseball right now, softball, which is supposed to start at 4:05, is going to have to be delayed as well, as those teams are going to have to clear the field, and they're going to have to warm up on a different timeline. So not only is the continuation of this contest going to be delayed, the start of the 6A championship game between Bentonville and Springdale Harbor also going to be delayed. So once we get an update on some timelines, we'll give it to you. Just about 3 minutes, and we are back at Majestic Park. He's JB Brazil. I'm Bobby Swafford. Welcome back into the broadcast booth as Brookland and Pulaski Academy are back on the field warming up. First pitch going to be at 4:33, or at least the second first pitch. We've got a full count with runners on base, and we're going to resume play. And this game has been a little bit of everything with what we've seen. Pulaski Academy scored 3 in the first. Brooklyn responded with a home run, and then we had our first weather delay. We've had 2 of them that resulted in 15-minute delays, but the last one obviously lasted quite a bit longer, but this is how we got to this point.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen a lot of offense, some hit-by pitches. The weather's been playing a factor, but balls have been jumping across the yard. We've only seen one go deep. That was Cooper Bodie, but PA's bats have been hot. They've got 10 hits, 6 runs to boot. You see the rain on your screen. It's been coming down heavy in different intervals. That was the home run by Cooper Bodie in the bottom of the first after PA scored 3 times. That made it 3-1. PA responded with 2 runs of their own in the top of the second. That made it 5-1. But then Brookland got things back, made it a 5-3 game. You have an infield bunt single. That led to some success. Then this little drive to left center field by Eli Foster. That was the 2-run single that made it 5-3. PA added another run to make it 6-3. Yeah, that was in the top of the third, and then we really haven't had any offense since. There's been delays, and that's where we came. It was a 3-ball, 2-strike count to Caden Rodriguez, and they paused the game with runners at first and second, 1 out with Ace DeWitt on the mound.
Yeah, we have a high leverage spot when we do resume action in just about 90 seconds, as Rodriguez is going to be at the dish with runners on base, 2 on base, 1 out, and a full count. What does this do to Ace DeWeese, though? He came on in relief. He was struggling to find the strike zone, and now we're going to have what's going to be an 80-minute delay, an hour and 20 minutes between pitches for him. What's the left-hander seeing, and what's he experiencing?
You know, obviously you want a little bit of redemption, and I'm thinking here, I'm pumping on a fastball. I'm attacking. You hit your spot. You don't want to nibble too much because if you miss, bases are juice. So for DeWeese, the Crowder signee, I like my chances to come in there, throw a strike, make Rodriguez, the sophomore, put in play. He's had a great game on the bump, but he's 0 for 2 at the dish. Come at him.
If you're tuning in and you're wanting to find the 6A softball championship game, that game has also been delayed. First pitch between Bentonville and Springdale Harbor is set for 5:05. So what we're going to do here on Arkansas TV, we're going to finish up this broadcast as fast as we possibly can. We're going to tell them to swing early, swing often, call a bunch of strikes, and then we're going to get you to softball, the championship, right across the park here at Majestic and Hot Springs, and get you with action as fast as we possibly can and join that one in progress.
Yeah, that's certainly been the case. We'd love to see that. You know, last year Brookland played Harding Academy. The softball game was completely missed. We had to go back and record the whole broadcast.
That's right. So fans, if you want to blame anybody, you have to blame Mother Nature today. You can't blame a 14-inning baseball game. So again, we will join the 6A softball championship in progress as soon as we wrap up here and hand out a trophy. So Ace DeWeese is going to be on the mound. Caden Rodriguez in the box. It's full count, 1 out, and runners on first and second.
And this pitch is huge for this game. It was huge earlier before the delay. It is huge now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and a huge situation.
I don't know if anybody has an advantage after a weather delay of almost an hour and a half, but you feel like there's a lot of pressure on the pitcher because you have 0 room for error.
Yeah, you got to throw a strike, and Rodriguez is probably hunting a fastball in the wheelhouse.
So DeWeese gets his signal, and we are ready to resume play here in the 4A state championship. Fastball got it, and Rodriguez couldn't catch up. What a big pitch from the ace.
Wow. Comes out of the delay. You know he was fired up, ready to bring the juice. That is a perfect pitch. Look at this fastball. Got some late life and a little bit of velo moving down and away. Big time cheese from the lefty.
Just couldn't catch up with the hard stuff, and DeWeese with a big strikeout, but the damage is not over just yet. As runners still on first and second, 2 out, and now Griffin Silverthorne, the Brookland third baseman, steps in.
He was a starting pitcher for Brookland. You know he'd love to help his case after he was touched up in the first inning.
Silverthorne 0 for 2 today, pair of ground outs. DeWeese delivers. This one lifted center field. Average depth. Greathouse is there, makes the play in just a couple pitches, and DeWeese gets out of the jam after the weather delay.
Wow, how about it from the southpaw? Big time strikeout with 1 pitch, and he gets it tough out of Silverthorne. It was well struck, but he hit it right to the center fielder. We got a good one from Majestic.
Hey you. We know what you did. And we think you're just the most magnificent person ever. Because you support public television. And you did it by donating your car to our station. Vehicle donations like yours bring significant funding to the quality news and programming you turn to every day. So now, it's time to celebrate you and all of our supporters that keep us going.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. Providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
Caden Rodriguez still on the mound for Brookland, and he was dynamite in his 3 innings of relief before the long weather delay. 3 innings, giving up only 2 hits, 4 Ks, and Brookland's going to give the ball back to the sophomore.
Yeah, I mean, why not? He's giving you a chance. He came in a tough situation in a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Deweese gets him. You know he's anxious to get on the bump and try to keep mowing down the PA hitters.
So bottom of the order, due up for Pulaski Academy, Mason Greathouse, who made the catch to end the previous inning. The 9-hole hitter, then the top of the lineup due up for the Bruins. First pitch swinging, chopper out to shorts. Bales the long throw. Another nice pick at first. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Hey, just what the doctor ordered for Rodriguez. Nice job at first. Bales with a nice move to be able to plant throw, but the throw a little bit offline and in the turf. That's a really nice play from Stallings to scoop it.
Both these first basemans we've seen today, Stallings for Brookland and Conine for Pulaski Academy, have made a handful of nice picks. Balls down in the dirt, or the turf, if you will. But 1 pitch, 1 out here. Now the top of the order for William Sabota.
Chance with his top of the lineup to do some damage, just find a way to get against Rodriguez, who's been tough to hit.
Just 39 pitches thrown and through 3 1/3 innings now for Rodriguez. Sabota still looking for their first base hit of the contest. Did reach on an error and scored in the first. Lined out to shortstop in the second, struck out in the third. So 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third for PA. Well, they've been held scoreless their last 2 at-bats. That one fouled straight back into the netting.
You know, back in that first inning, you had that error. We've talked about it earlier. Do all 3 of those runs come around to score if you get that first out? That's the difference in the game right now.
Pulaski Academy leading 6-3, looking to add some insurance. That bender on the outside corner, Sabota is sat down looking.
Man, how about it for Caden Rodriguez? The weather delay didn't bother him one bit. He is dealing. After the pause of play, he's looking electric.
Now Luke Edwards trying to keep the inning going. Somebody's trying to find a solution to Caden Rodriguez on the mound. That one misses down and inside. Edwards picked up a base hit in the second. He's 1 for 3. That one's smoked down the opposite way. That's going to get all the way to the corner. Edwards going to round first, be able to coast into second base. A 2-out double for Luke Edwards.
That ball was crushed opposite field. We had a great vantage point of it, too. Edwards found the barrel and pumps it into the left field corner. That was extra bases all the way, and a little 2-out rally for PA Hope and Bruin.
So Pulaski Academy has a runner in scoring position for Major Jackson. Jackson's 2 for 3 today, a pair of singles. Rodriguez has to reset, gets the signal from the bullpen, or the dugout, excuse me. Now we're ready. 2 out here in the 6th. Again, Jackson single in the first, single in the 4th. 3 2/3, that's a 3rd hit allowed. And now an offensive timeout taken by Pulaski Academy as Coach Tipton wants to talk things over with the senior.
He knows how important it is to get a run here in this scenario.
Actually, in fact, we're going to have a pinch runner out at second base. So number 3 for Pulaski Academy, Bailey Lowe, is going to come in and run for the 2nd time today. I know that because he's got the powder blue baseball glove, and an oven mitt.
That's right. The great combo.
So runner out at second. Running for Edwards is Lowe. Pick up a little more speed with a runner in scoring position. But 2 outs now for Jackson. Rodriguez trying to get out of this jam. That fastball catches the top of the zone.
Boy, he's so sharp, isn't he? I mean, Rodriguez, doesn't matter. He's able to hit his spots, nick the corner. That's what it's all about. Good pitchers don't have to have the greatest velo, the greatest spin rate. You just got to hit your spots and mix your pitches, and he does it well.
Rodriguez checks the runner, slide step. That one's down in the dirt. Jackson will not offer. Tried the slide step to speed up the delivery just a little bit, did Rodriguez, but that one will out of the zone.
Hitters count here, a really good opportunity for PA and the 3-hole hitter.
That one again misses low. So 3-1 hitters count for Major Jackson.
This has been the part of the line at 3, 4, and 5. That's not who you want to face. They have been very, very productive today.
6 hits between those 3 hitters already today. This one fouled straight back. Clears the netting, gets out into the parking lot.
Well, I like that from Rodriguez. He's not afraid to throw a 3-1 fastball, well located. He's attacking even a 3-1 count. It can be dangerous at times unless you locate well. It's a good pitch on the outer half.
So full count. The runner out at second base. That's a Bailey Lowe, the sophomore. Rodriguez changing things up himself apparently. Gets the play on from home plate umpire Scott Silva. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, goes down swinging. Does Major Jackson, and Rodriguez gets out of the jam.
Wow, he's doing everything he can to give his team a chance. Look at this bender to end the threat. Caden Rodriguez, the sophomore, lights out.
Join the ranks of corporate sponsors and business partners at Arkansas TV. Your support will shine a light on your business with recognition on air and at major community events. Plus, our viewers love the businesses that underwrite their favorite programs. Showcase your company while making a meaningful impact on lifelong learning. Partner with Arkansas TV to build a brighter future for our state.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
Not only the weather has been a problem for Brookland, but so has the Pulaski Academy bats. But Rodriguez has been the answer that Brookland was looking for as he has come in, how about 4 innings of relief, and has done a job and kept Brookland in this contest.
Yeah, they'd struggled to, to be able to limit the PA bats. The first 2 pitchers, really first 3, Snurley, Silverthorne, and Owens. But man, oh man, the key has been Rodriguez. He has given his team a chance.
So exactly right. Rodriguez has given them a chance, and now the offense has to do their parts. 8, 9, and 1 due up here in the 6th. Blake Lane, Ethan Bales, and Cooper Bodie. DeWeese, first offering, misses the zone.
DeWeese struggled to find the zone in his first 3 batters of the game. Really haven't seen a whole lot of it since because there haven't been a lot of pitches.
Fouled away, back towards us. Evens up the count 1-1.
I like that attack from DeWeese. As a pitcher in these scenarios, right, you just want to attack your guy. It looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. Or at least maybe something.
Get a little spray, get a little.
Yeah, that's what it is.
A little sticky on the bat there, of course. The humidity is through the roof here in Arkansas in May. That's guaranteed. So get a little sticky on the bat. So Lane's 1 for 2, doubled back in the second inning. Actually, he's 2 for 2. Correction.
Yep.
Singled in the 4th.
Which is why I corrected myself. There's no way they're pinch hitting that guy. He's playing.
How about your 8, 9 hitters for Brookland? Both 2 for 2. 4 for 4 are Blake Lane and Ethan Bales. Talk about doing a job at the bottom of the order.
Yeah, they got more than half of their team's hits today. That's what you talk about, production on the bottom half. You need it.
That one just misses. But you're exactly right. 4 hits of the team's 7 from the 8, 9 hitters. Swing and a miss, couldn't catch up.
That late life from DeWeese, he hides it so well. Makes it so tough for any hitter.
Counts 2-2 now to Blake Lane. That one chopped to second. Jackson gloves, flips, and records the first out of the inning.
It's a big out. Get that leadoff guy. 5 outs to work now if you're Brookland. PA and DeWeese. He's your guy. He and Sabota did the first part, limited the Brookland bats. He ran into a handful of different trouble, but he was able to work around it. And now passing off the baton to DeWeese to finish it.
So Ethan Bales now up with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Cooper Bodie, the leadoff hitter, hit a solo home run way back in the 1st. That was more than 3.5 hours ago.
I'm impressed with that home run. I mean, that was opposite field for a lefty, top of the lineup.
Yep.
Absolutely hammered it.
In a pouring down rain at the time.
That's right.
Chopper sent to third. Edwards has got a long throw. The head first slide. Couldn't get there in time. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Conine thought it was the 3rd. He's walking to the dugout and realized, hey, we played 3 outs in the state championship game.
Man, that's bang, bang, but it just beats him right there. That's a great throw from third by Edwards. And a great call by the first base umpire. Just got him at first.
I always tell you to run through the bag. Sliding will slow you down, but Ethan Bales lays out, tries to beat the throw, but couldn't.
There's certain guys like Ellie De La Cruz would probably tell you, no, I can get there diving. What are you talking about?
Either way, 2 outs are retired, and now Cooper Bodie. That one skips up into the plate. And Reed Williams, the backstop, has to use the chest protector. The 1-0 to Bodie. Fouled straight back.
Tell you what, Cooper Bodie does not get cheated on his hacks, does he?
He does not. Cleaning out his eyes right now, the 1-1 count. Bodie's 1 for 3. He hit one over the Majestic Park sign out in left center field.
That's right. Dons the nice pink shin guard and batting gloves.
Bodie sends one down the line. Fair ball. That one's ruled inside the bag by Justin Bounds, and Bodie's going to coast into second base with a 2-out double.
Trying to start a little 2-out rally, the senior. Hoping that's not his final at-bat of his career, but what a piece of hitting. Opposite field, over the bag. And a 2-bagger. Brookland with 4 outs, hanging on, trying to get at least a run back here after those couple of base-running wafoos.
Pair of extra base hits to the opposite field for Bodie today. And that one went right over the top of the third base bag. And able to coast into second. Now he's in scoring position for Eli Foster, who already has 2 RBIs today.
He's been clutch, no question.
Had a chance to add more, but a base runner was called for interference. Erased a would-be RBI.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that cost him. And then there was a play earlier where it was runner at third, got held up, thought about going home, would have scored if he kept going. Those were 2 runs that unfortunate for Brookland.
Foster grounded into what looked like was going to be a double play, but he beat the relay throw, but the runner advancing from first to second was called for interference. And so he was ruled out at first and wiped away a run as the bases were loaded at the time. Chance to erase that. Now we've got time called. An offensive timeout for Coach Baker in Brookland.
He sees something with DeWeese in his delivery. Yeah, this is partially one of those things where DeWeese is pitching outside. If you're Foster, you try to go with it like Bodie did. Maybe Coach Baker's seeing something in his hitter, maybe a tendency that he wants to correct here of like, hey, this is where DeWeese is pitching. Here's what you normally do. Don't do that. Let's go with the pitch. Whatever it is, he wanted to talk it over.
Coach Tipton took advantage of that offensive timeout to trot out to the mound and have a few words with DeWeese, his pitcher. Of course, with a runner out at second base, you want to make sure you're not tipping anything that could be relayed, of course, because baseball players would never do that.
Certainly not the Astros.
No, there's no trash cans allowed here. At least ones you can't bang with a bat. A heater on the inside, misses.
So DeWeese working all parts of the plate. Signs of a good pitcher, but a plus count for the hitter. 2-1. Foster trying to come through big again and get a run back.
Brookland trying to cut into this 3-run deficit as they are down to their final 4 outs. Bearcats have been on a mission all season to erase the bad taste that left in their mouth from last year's championship game where they lost in 14 innings. That one flared, foul, opposite side.
Tell the idea, he was trying to go opposite field. That one wasn't quite as far outside, though, so kind of sawed him off the hands a little bit, didn't barrel it. It's a big pitch for Deweese because you go 3-1 and instead you're at 2-2. Got a chance for a big strikeout or a ground out.
2-2 offering now to Foster. That one at the knees, called third strike, and Deweese is fired up.
What a pitch. Man, two-seamer, outer half, knee high, backwards K. Wow. Pulaski Academy looking for some insurance as they lead it 6-3 in the 7th.
This is a bit of an odd one. The offender had to smuggle in an antique execution device for a start.
Brian had an eye for a good deal.
You mean, did he like ripping off unsuspecting mortals? Sure.
Brian had a disagreement with the camera guy over this fella,
There are no other signs of physical damage.
which suggests that the victim assumed the position willingly.
Sunday evening at 5:30 on Arkansas TV.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
We've reached the 7th inning. Pulaski Academy leads Brookland 6-3 and looking to add some insurance here in the top of the inning. If you're just tuning in, you're looking for the 6A softball game. That game has been delayed. First pitch is going to be at 5:05, and we're going to get you there as soon as we wrap up here with this 4A baseball championship game. So we'll get you to softball as fast as we can. We've had 3 weather delays in this contest, one of 15 minutes, one of 13 minutes, and one of 1 hour and 20 minutes. Long way to get to this point, but it's 6-3. Pulaski Academy trying to pick up their 6th state championship and their first since 2013.
So far, they're looking at a good spot. They haven't been able to crack the code that is Caden Rodriguez, but it hasn't mattered. They're up 3. They'd love to add to it, but they're feeling good about their chances.
Rodriguez has been lights out of the bullpen. First pitch swinging, lifted high, fly ball down the right field line, slicing foul. That's a long run for the Bearcat right fielder, but couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, Eli Foster had a long way to run. If he'd have made that catch, it'd been on SportsCenter tonight, but still a great effort.
So we'll reset and start over.
But still, I think regardless of this outcome, team owes Caden Rodriguez a steak dinner. He's given him a chance.
No question. That delivered to Conines well high. Now it's 1-1. Rodriguez is going to step off and rethink things. Of course, Brookland has to find a way to keep it at 3. Chance to win it in the 7th. That one's fouled straight back.
Be the 2nd straight year for Brookland. They've been the home team in both state championships games. But they're going to have work to do, and they're going to need at least 3. They're hoping no more than that.
So it's Conine, Deweese, and Foster due up for the Bruins. This one flared right side. Back is Stallings, the first baseman, and makes the play. Made that look a whole lot easier than it normally is for a first baseman.
Yeah, no question. I mean, you can see Conine kind of shaking his head. He's thinking he's going to get new life, but Stallings with great range. He had a beat on it all the way. That's a nice play.
So now the pitcher, Ace Deweese, going to try to help his own cause.
Number 21, Ace Deweese.
Deweese 2 for 3. You can probably hear the starting lineup being announced across the way for the softball championship. Deweese takes the first pitch strike.
I think I've been more impressed with the fact that Rodriguez didn't matter through whatever delay. He's still coming in and filling up the strike zone.
I don't know that you can find anything negative to say about the way that Rodriguez has pitched today for Brookland. 4 1/3, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts. And he's also been efficient, only 54 pitches thrown.
He's gotten outs. He's missed a lot of barrels, gotten some weak contact, gotten some strikeouts. He's just mixed his pitch as well. The future is bright for Caden Rodriguez.
Well, Coach Josh Baker just needs him to get 2 more outs. Well, that one came well inside, and one pitcher plunks the other.
That one never feels very good. I don't think Deweese was too happy. Nothing intentional, certainly, from Rodriguez at all. Here's another look at that. Just comes in and, yeah, right there on the soft stuff.
On the tuchus. Now Rome Foster going to try to move Deweese around. I believe we're going to have a courtesy runner in for the pitcher. Luke Chandler, junior outfielder's going to run for Deweese. So Chandler's the runner at first. So Rome Foster, he's 1 for 2 today, doubled and walked. Rodriguez hasn't had a lot of trouble on the base pass, but a 1-out base runner, but he pumps across for strike.
Hard to believe we have not had a run. It was just the first 2.5 innings. That's when all the scoring came, and it's been it.
JB is not a believer of the curse of the announcers.
I'm even the no-no guy. I won't say it, but I don't believe in it.
I don't either. That ball misses just outside. Yeah, the announcer curse is never real until it is.
Until it is. Y'all can blame me if we got a handful more runs or extra innings.
Well, if you're a PA fan, you wouldn't mind. If you're a Brookland fan, you hope there's a bunch more runs.
That's right.
In the bottom half of the inning.
That's right.
Rodriguez, high stuff, can't catch up as Foster waves and misses.
It's a good challenge pitch. Letter high fastball, able to bear it past him. It's a good pitch. I think we've said that a lot for Rodriguez, who's already got 6 strikeouts.
Now the 1-2 to Foster. Lays off the breaking ball outside.
He was shaking his head. He said, no, that's not there. I'm not swinging at that, although that's a dandy. Looks like another catcher's mitt has been broken for Rogan Tyler.
Well, Tyler went back to the black and brown leather mitts earlier in the contest. Before the weather delay, he had to switch to the all tan leather, and looks like he's going to have to go back to that one. So, a good soldier never blames his weapons for his tools. Just flip it out and go to another.
Bring out the next.
That's right. So we got a new mitt. We'll do it again. Rome Foster. 2-2 count. Haven't seen much action on the base pass as far as stolen base attempts today. Slide step from Rodriguez and misses high. Didn't miss by much. The Brookland crowd gave a groan, but that one was out of the zone.
That's right. Been a consistent zone by our home plate umpire today. They've done a great job. Umpiring crew for sure.
So now a full count. We'll see if the runner goes. It does not, and that one just misses, and the walk is drawn from Rome Foster, and now a runner in scoring position for the Bruins.
He's trying to amp up his team a little bit. Had some words for Rodriguez as he's running to first base.
So Chandler moves to second. Foster's at first, and Reed Williams look for his second base hit of the day. 1 for 3. Picked up a single way back in the third. One out here in the 7th. It's PA's trying to add some insurance. That one skied foul.
Still attacking, even though he gets up that walk. Rodriguez coming back to the well.
The 0-1. That one catches the top of the zone. So now Williams is in an 0-2 hole.
think Reed Williams liked it too much, but it's been there. It's been a strike today.
Chase Kimball would be next. Nice job by Rogan Tyler, the catcher, to slide over and make sure he knocked down that. Can't afford to allow both base runners to get up to scoring position.
No, not with the scenario we're in. I mean, it's already going to be a tall order to get through. It's manageable, but it's going to be a lot to get three with the way this game has gone, the way Deweese is pitching. You don't want to give runners at second and third a chance to make it more.
Rodriguez checks the runner. The kick, and this one's fouled away. So nice job by Williams to extend the at-bat.
Williams is a really good catcher. I haven't talked about it a lot today, but manages the game well. He's a good hitter, too. Fights at the plate. Tough out, 1 for 3.
This one's skied high, right side. It's going to be a tough play for anyone to make. And over and out. The right fielder had ranged over, and Eli Foster just ran out of room.
Something that's not going to show up on the screen, but how about Rodriguez? He was already going to third to back up that throw, doing the small things. That's something that coaches love to see.
So Reed Williams gets another chance at 1-2. Breaking ball smoked in the left field, but right at the left fielder, Carter. They had lined him up perfectly, just a couple steps to his right, and makes the play.
Man, I'm going to tell you right now, playing some outfield in my days as well, those are the toughest ones. Hooking down, knuckling. Gabe Carter made a nice catch in left field. That's a lot harder than it looks. And if he doesn't get that, that likely is scoring a run, maybe 2.
Not to mention looking back into the sun as it started to peek out here at Majestic Park. A tough play all around.
Because Williams hammered that thing. I mean, he was all over it.
Now Chase Kimball, 1 for 3. First pitch, pops it up. Out of his stance is Tyler, the catcher, and he's out of it to make the play. So ahead to the bottom of the 7th. Brookland needs 3 to extend it. Reminder, 6A softball starting right now, and we're going to get you over to that action as soon as we finish here. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. PA's looking for a title.
Hey you. We know what you did. And we think you're just the most magnificent person ever. Because you support public television. And you did it by donating your car to our station. Vehicle donations like yours bring significant funding to the quality news and programming you turn to every day. So now, it's time to celebrate you and all of our supporters that keep us going.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports, all available on demand. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Here's a look at what's happening at Jackie Robinson Field here at Majestic Park. Springdale Harbor and Bentonville are underway in the 6A state championship game. Alyssa Orange and Michael Westbrook are going to have the call for that one in just mere moments. But Brookland's hoping it lasts a little bit longer here as they're down 3 as we've reached the bottom of the 7th. Deweese is back out in relief, and he's going to have to face the teeth of this Brookland lineup, 3, 4, and 5. Rogan Tyler, Cooper Stallings, Gabe Carter due up for the Bearcats.
They're combined 1 for 6 today, though, so haven't quite had the offensive production they'd like. No better time to get it going than right now.
So Rogan Tyler grounded out twice, also popped out to short.
always tell you, whether it's the 9th or 7th, depending on what it is, it's always tough to get those final 3 outs.
Time called in the box. PA's looking for that first title since 2013. Brookland looking for the first title ever. A fastball in the inside corner. Brookland in their 3rd championship game. First one came back in 1990. And this is their 2nd consecutive appearance in the 4A championship game. They're trying to break through as a champion for the first time.
Gonna need some magic.
That one misses just outside, and the PA crowd thought they had it.
Boy, it's only a 6-3 game, but boy, it feels a lot close. That score is close, but it feels even closer than that.
That fastball's high.
The only negative at all for DeWeese has been command at times. He did have a few get away from him in that first outing.
Yeah, he's really settled down nicely since the weather delay.
Right. That's right.
You're exactly right. He's JB Brazil. I'm Bobby Swafford. Thanks for tuning in and sticking out the weather with us today. Another late timeout called by Tyler. It was granted. DeWeese was already in his motion. Well, reset, and DeWeese is ready to deliver. 3-1. This one's skied on the infield. This one's going to actually trickle out into the outfield. Ranging in is Greathouse. That one carried a little bit farther than I expected, but either way, the center fielder records the first out here in the 7th.
It's always big to get that first one, especially a tough out like Tyler. He just got underneath it a little bit. Got a pitch he could handle, but just underneath it. DeWeese can feel it now. 2 outs to go.
Brookland down to their final 2 outs. Cooper Stallings. He's 0 for 1 today. DeWeese has gone 2 1/3, giving up 2 hits, struck out 2. First pitch swinging, fouled away.
DeWeese is attacking. It's what you want to do when you're up 3, 2 outs to go. Just fill up the strike zone, make the hitter put it in play.
The 0-1. Breaking ball, catches a corner.
It's a good pitch right there from DeWeese, man.
As a hitter, you want to give up on that. Then the late movements comes all the way back, catches the outside corner, and now DeWeese can go anywhere. Ahead 0-2 in the count. Fastball fouled off right side. That's going to get out of play.
How about it for the senior and Cooper Stallings? Hoping this is not his final at bat of his high school career, but he is battling at the dish. That's a tough pitch to handle.
That one bounced into the chest protector of Williams. Kind of a waste pitch there from DeWeese.
You got that luxury when you're up 0-2. You just don't want to get too loose with it, nonchalant, hit a batter.
Yep. Always worry about that swinging strike. Now ball gets away from the catcher as well.
Yep.
That one way out of the zone, evens the count at 2-2.
See the catcher, Williams, just kind of give him that signal, hey, calm down, take a deep breath, hit your spot. Don't want to get too amped up.
Springdale Harbor's got a 2-out base runner in softball, just to keep you apprised of the situation. Swing and a miss, chased one way out of the zone, and sat down as Stallings, and Brookland's down to their final out.
That's a great pitch. Great pitch. Elevated fastball, up and away. Great juice, late life. And now Pulaski Academy can feel it.
Gabe Carter's 1 for 2.
You see the embrace with Coach Baker and Stallings.
This one lifted foul, gonna get out of play.
Gabe Carter, another one of those seniors. Regardless of any of these outcomes, what a career it's been for both of these teams and their seniors, their whole teams. It's good baseball at the 4A level.
The 0-1. DeWeese again into the strike zone. He has been lights out here in the 7th. And now Pulaski Academy is 1 pitch away from their first title in 13 years. The phones are out for the fans. The 0-2. Outside corner, just misses. DeWeese was looking for the punch out, but Carter lays off.
Man, the discipline on that two-seamer that tails off of the plate, really good take.
Carter still in the 1-2 hole. Strike three, but fouled away. That ball comes to a rest right between the umpire's feet. PA thought they had it, but they couldn't be controlled by the catcher Williams.
Man, Carter does not want this game to end. He is fighting for his life.
DeWeese again with the 1-2. That one chopped. DeWeese got a tough play, gets over the pitcher and makes the play. The throw in time, yes! And Pulaski Academy has won the state championship for the first time since 2013.
Wow, and on a web gem of a play, I thought that's a hit all the way. DeWeese and the Bruins, a combined effort. It ends in dramatic fashion. What a ball game and a big-time win for the Bruins.
Brookland would have the opportunity to challenge that call if they wanted to, but they chose not to. And the play in dramatic fashion, Pulaski Academy makes it and wins the 4A crown.
Wow, what a game this was, Bobby. You knew coming in, it had the feeling to be a higher scoring game. We didn't have another run scored since the top of the third. The pitchers bore down and made it a game. But it was Pulaski Academy, the 1-2 punch with Sabota and DeWeese that gets the job done.
So we'll step aside, trophy presentation, MVP, and going to get you to 6A softball as fast as we can. We're going to step aside as Pulaski Academy takes down Brookland 6-3 in the 4A championship.
Hello, I'm Carlton Wing, Executive Director and CEO of Arkansas TV. For nearly 60 years, Arkansas's only statewide public television network has informed and inspired viewers like you through stories that educate and strengthen our communities. That legacy continues, and today our focus is clear. More local stories, more local impact, more Arkansas than ever. At Arkansas TV, we are deepening our commitment to local programming, sharing a brighter light on the people, places, culture, and history that make this state extraordinary. From food to the outdoors, from public affairs to Arkansas history, we're telling the stories you won't see anywhere else. We'll continue bringing you trusted national and international programs as well, but our vision is rooted right here at home in meaningful partnerships and storytelling that reflects the heart of Arkansas. We do everything we do for you, but we can't do it without you. If you already support Arkansas TV, thank you. If you have the ability, I hope you'll consider making a gift today. Your contribution is an investment in education, in local storytelling, and in the strength of communities across our state. Thank you to viewers like you.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports. All available on demand. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. Providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
Six A state championship game underway. Bentonville and Harbor still scoreless. But over on the other side of Majestic Park, Pulaski Academy is being handed their first championship trophy since 2013.
Wow, well Deserved round of applause for the Bruin faithful and the Bruin team. They are fired up, rightfully so. The offense early was enough. The pitching held up against a very good Brookland team, and Pulaski Academy hadn't been to the state title game since 2014 either. They bring home the hardware.
So Pulaski Academy wins this championship game, and again, for the first time in 13 years by a score of 6-3. We're going to hand off the headsets. Alyssa Orange and Michael Westbrook on the call for the 6A state championship game in softball. Bentonville and Springdale Harbor.